well, one of the stars, many stars on that team, including number 4, Mercedes Lopez. But the starting star is now the point guard for Broken Bow. That's Jalen Cothran, first time to face her former teammates on the basketball court. Here's Savages win the tip. Gaston working against a double team. Quickly out to the corner. Shot from the corner. Three-pointer rolls over. Nice rebound inside. Gaston with it going back up over, and the rebound, Lady Warriors. As Lopez pushes it up the floor. Here comes Lopez inside. Gets cut off from the baseline. Out to Schultz and then around to Whitfield. Looking for an open shot. Down to Denton. Now it's going to be a three-pointer on the way. That is pulled out of the air by Woolsey. And now it's Lady Savage basketball, still scoreless here. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Uh-oh. There's a call. Out of bounds, will be inbounded by the Lady Warriors. Still scoreless. Good defensive effort by both teams.
What do you know?
As Lopez, again back to Lopez, working against Glasson. 6:50 left. First period, still scoreless. And they've slowed things down substantially as they are content to maybe hold the ball and set up their offense. Now it's going to be a move inside. He'll knock loose into the hands of a waiting Lady Warrior. Good quick reaction by, I believe that was Woolsey that got a hand on. And now it's Lopez working against Glasson. Glasson stalking her all the way around the circle and reverses her field. And a good smooth shot by Lopez. She breaks the scoring drought. Just outside the 6-minute mark at 6:13, 2-0 lead, Idabel. Here comes Cothran. Cothran with the reverse. Cothran pass out to the side. Gaston for three. Off the, rebound Broken Bow off the glass. Now back outside. And it's going to be a drive inside Gaston, and she smashes into Alexis Schultz, another former Lady Savage teammate. I believe that's going to be a foul against Schultz, and that's going to send really Gaston to the free throw line. Schultz is first team foul for Lady Warrior. In fact, first foul by either team.
Fouls on 33, Idabel, Katie McClure. Correction, fouls on 25, Idabel, Alexis.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard McClure, but it was actually Schultz. And so first shot is good by Gaston. Second shot up and bounces out. Rebound, Schultz. And quickly to Whitfield. Drive across the side. It's going to be a travel call. Good defense. Way to shuffle the feet. I believe that was Haley Brantley that had the quick move, forcing the travel. Double dribble. Forcing the turnover as it is. 1-point game. 2-1 lead, Idabel. 5:44 and ticking left, first period. Again, thanks to all our sponsors. See in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Appreciate them bringing these games for. Oh, a nice pass inside, and it's laid in. Give an assist to Gaston. And Brantley, the 2-point bucket. Lady Savages take the first lead of the game. 3-2. Crossover, kicked outside. Three-pointer on the way, and it is buried by Whitfield. Back to a 2-point Idabel lead. Picks up the dribble inside, and there's nowhere to go. That's going to be a travel call. And you see the Idabel bench. That's Cothran. Again, Cothran on that state championship team last year. In fact, the leader, one of the leaders of that team. And so, you had a very highly emotional game. It always is between Broken Bow and Idabel, but especially between these two teams as former teammates playing against each other on both sides of the ball. Here's a three-point shot, and that one's going to bury it again. Whitfield with first, second three-point bucket of the game. Lady Warriors now at 8, 5-point lead, largest lead by either team. Here comes Cothran moving inside. Cothran pulls, fall-away jumper, does not roll though. That does not roll in the rim anyway, off the front of the basket. And it falls into the waiting hands of Amaya Whitfield. Whitfield hot from the wing out here already with 2 3-point shots. They'd like to get it out to her again. See Brantley, and they're going to get it out to Whitfield again. This time she makes a move inside, picks it up, and that's going to be a travel call. And there's a collision between Denton and Cawthorn. It's going to be a pushing foul. That's going to be Glasson called for her first foul, second team foul for the Lady Savages. 4:18 left, first period. Lady Warriors an 8-3 lead. There's a long three-pointer. Not long enough, though. Rebound Glasson. Glasson pushing it up the floor. Glasson looked like she might drive it in that crease. Quickly filled in with Lady Warrior players. Here's Glasson reversing, working against a defender. Now it's going to be Gaston. Kicks out on the wing to Cawthorn. Cawthorn pulls it up for 3. Buries it! Cawthorn with her first bucket of the game. Back to a 2-point game, 8-6. As the former teammates have put points on the board. Here's another shot, and that again. Amaya Whitfield. Whitfield played her freshman year at Broken Bow. As Cawthorn played her freshman year at Idabel. 10-6, Warrior lead. Lady Warriors first into double figures. Three-pointer on the way. Long rebound brought down by Woolsey. Good to go up and get the rebound by Woolsey. Here's a three-pointer on the way. Long high rebound again. Fought forward. Glasson goes diving after it into the cheerleaders along the baseline. Doesn't get to it in time. It'll be Lady Warrior basketball. Lady Warriors slowing down the pace. I would say kind of surprising, but maybe not really. A little different look is there. More of a set piece, and why not? They have Whitfield hitting it from 3. Whitfield, this one a little long, but the rebound inside by Lopez. Lopez with the turnaround jumper. Lopez now has 5 points, 12-6. Idabel, 2:46 left, first period. There's a move inside and then gets her path cut off. It's Gaston. Gaston picks up her blow. Nice feed inside from Gaston. Fall away jumper by Cawthorn. Falls in. That's another assist by Gaston. Another bucket for Cawthorn. Cawthorn now has 7 of the Lady Savages' 8 points. 4-point ball game. 12-8 is your score. There's a one-hand leaner, and it off to the side of the basket, off the glass and into the hands of Jackson Glasson. Glasson kicks it out the side. Three-pointer, open look, and another three-point bucket. Gaston, that's her first 3-point field goal to the 2 free throws earlier. She now has 5 points. Lady Savages 1-point deficit, 12-11. Under 2 minutes left to play, first period. This is the kind of exciting basketball game you thought you would see. Pass to Lopez, guarded by Glasson, then out to Denton. Feed inside, Schultz turns around, jumper. Whoa, that went off the top of the backboard and into the hands of Woolsey. And that may be some of the intimidation factor of Tyson Woolsey. You saw how high the arc was on that, and there's I think that's going to be a charging foul, or pushing foul. Called. That's going to be against Denton, her first team foul for the Lady Warriors. Again, they reset those at the end of every period, so 1:33 left. Neither team in foul trouble. As they inbound to Brantley. Brantley sees a crease. Brantley drives. Brantley lays it off the glass. No good. It might have been partially blocked as she was bringing it up. And back the other way. Here comes a spin move, and that's pulled down by Gaston. Really, Gaston pushing it up the floor. Gaston quickly. Gaston in the paint. Gaston gets the foul and the bucket. Wow. Really, Gaston on fire. Her 7th point, a chance to get her 8th. She puts the Lady Savages ahead 13-12. Man, that was impressive. She has added that into the toolbox of her kid. Really, Gaston, a great outside shooter, great defender, but now driving the lane and drawing the foul, and the free throw is good. Gaston and Whitfield tied for the leads in scoring for the respective teams with 8 points each. 1:02 left. Lady Savages 14-12. And the ball's knocked loose. There's a steal from Cawthorn. Got it out of the hands of Schultz behind the back. Dribble. Cawthorn driving. Cawthorn pulls up a little hard off the glass though. Rebounded by the Lady Warriors going back the other way. 47 seconds left. And here comes The shot from the side, and that's going to be Denton. Denton, her first bucket. Lady Warriors back with a 1-point lead. 32 seconds left first period. Here comes a drive. Strong the bucket and lays it in. Cothran now has 9 points. Her team has 16. That's the 5th lead change of this ball game. It's a 1-point game, 16-15. Advantage Broken Bow. 15 seconds left. Give it go. Now out. Watch out. It's Whitfield, I believe, from the corner. That one does not fall. Rebounded by Woolsey. Woolsey going to have to get it back in the forecourt. 4 seconds left, and it's just a long pass. Can't she get it off? The shot's off. Does not fall, though, and that was a rush shot, but a nice speed to get Gaston out there on the perimeter. That's a furious first half of basketball, after which Lady Savages lead by 1 point, 16-15. We'll take a word for response. We'll be back. You're watching Broken Bow Basketball on the Broken Bow Network.
It always helps to look back at things and have some sort of way of processing it. Music happens to be a way that I process a lot of things that have happened in my past. Once you've experienced something years later, you'll go to write about it, can understand things that have happened through the writing of the song and gain some clarity or some sense of closure or understanding that you didn't have.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. Well, the Little River rivalry is living up to its expectations. Lady Savages lead 16-15 after one period. Fantastic performances by Jalen Cothran and Rayleigh Gaston have the Savages on the board. Amaya Whitfield keeping the Lady Warriors in it. She has 8 points, including 2 3-point buckets on back-to-back possessions. Again, back to that point about Rayleigh Gaston, appreciate that she really has not been a penetrating player driving the lane, much more of an outside specialist and a great defender. But appears to have added that into her skill set. And with nice results, she got the 2+1, and there's a turnover created by the Lady Savage defense. Jaxie Glasson and Rayleigh Gaston defensive are Cothran with the ball, and that looks like Cothran's going to draw the foul. And first, again, they reset them, so that's the first foul of this period.
Number 21,
that's going to be, I believe that's Denton's first. Maybe her second, not sure. Yeah, I think that may be Denton's second. I don't know. Let's see, I can't see the scoreboard. Yeah, that is her second, according to the scoreboard. Anyway, here's Woolsey pulls up, does not let it fall, though. And so Lady Warriors basketball, 1-point game. They get out to the wing. Rotating back around to Denton. Denton guarded by Gaston and Cothran. Oh, there's a travel as Stutter stepped. Actually, that, not sure if that was Denton or not. I could not see the number for the ponytail, but anyway, it's a turnover. Good defense by Broken Bow. Results in Lady Savage basketball. Inbound from Gaston to Cothran. Cothran guarded by Lopez. Quick hand off to Gaston. Gaston kicks it out on the wing, and it's going to be stripped inside. Fight for the basketball. Goes to the ground. And it's picked up by Schultz. Quickly to nice. Lopez. Man, again, Lopez is so smooth with that jump shot. Just in one motion. Leaves her feet. Throws the ball, and here's another drive. That's going to be a backward lay-in by Cothran. Jalen Cothran. Man. Just accelerates to the bucket and elevates. Back to a 1-point game, 18-17. Now there have been 8 lead changes so far in this basketball. Lopez double teamed Cothran and Glasson, trying to trap her along the side, and there's there was a collision, and one of the Lady Warriors went before. I think that's going to be a foul on Jaxie Glasson. Not sure. Let's see. If so, that'll be her second. Sorry, got a little. That's actually her first foul, actually. First team foul for the Lady Savages. Lady Warriors also have one apiece so far here in the second period. Oh, it's going to be a 2-point shot and a 2-point by Schultz. Schultz with a 2-point bucket. 9th lead change of the game. Lady Warriors by 1. Here comes Cawthorn, pulls up, fires it, and it almost stuck in the corner. The putback, and it drags. Glasson draws the foul on the quick putback. That's going to send her to the line. I believe that foul was on Denton.
Number 33, Katie McClure.
Oh, that was on McClure. McClure's first foul. McClure's second foul. Also a second foul by Lady Warriors. Glasson's first shot right through the bottom of the net. Glasson becomes the third Lady Savage to put points on the board. Ties things up at 19. Has an opportunity to put Broken Bow ahead with his next shot. Lady Savage is not playing. They dropped 2 players back in defense. They're not going to give up a fast break. Long rebound brought down by Schultz. Quickly passed out to the wing. And here's a long three-pointer. Wow, that was through the bottom. Third three-pointer of the game by Whitfield. She's now in double figures with 11. Lady Warriors lead by 3. As Cawthorn sets up the offense, sends Glasson over to the wing. Glasson thought about shooting it from 3 points. That's Gaston. Rayleigh Gaston with the drive, draws the foul. And Rayleigh Gaston driving hard to the bucket. Went up over with almost a windmill. And so that's going to be on Schultz, her first foul. Gaston hit her first 2 actually her first 3 free throws. Wow, nice job from the line this time as well. Yes, adds another point. 1 point game. 22-21. Lady Warriors with the basketball. Oh, wow, almost blocked it. Look at the quickness of Jalen Cawthorn, and that's going to be a timeout by the Lady Warriors to avoid a turnover on time. That was quick reaction as Cawthorn went up and quickly got her hands in. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Have a word from one of our sponsors. Be right back. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Network.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services, such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Welcome back. Furious basketball. The furious is what I think of as not necessarily the pace. It is not a running gun both ways, but both teams leaving it all on the floor tonight, as there are no easy points in this game. Tough defense on both sides. Here you see Lopez trying to drive inside, turns it around. A good job kicking it out, almost blocked by Broken Bow. Quickly back to Mercedes on the perimeter, double team. Oh, they're not going to, and they shouldn't let Griffin have it. Oh, there's a nice rebound inside, and that's going to be a Schultz with the rebound and draws the foul on the putback, and that's going to send Alexa Schultz to the free throw line. I think that's going to be on either Woolsey or Gaston. Let's see. It is going to be the second. It is on Woolsey. Her second. First free throw is good by Schultz. Her first point of the game. Second shot up and off the glass, but down through the net, also good. Back to a 3-point lead for the Lady Warriors with 4:53 left. Here's a pass inside. Oh, nice touch on the pass to Woolsey. Woolsey triple team. Woolsey tries to muscle it through 3 defenders, not able to do it. Rebound, here comes Lopez. Lopez driving. Lopez, oh, a block at the other end by Rogers. And then there was a collision. That's got to be a quick foul on Lopez as well. It's good hands by Rogers. And again, Rogers, attends and did not play at Idabel, but lives in Idabel. It's a lot of, and a shot by, Jalen Kaufman with the kind roll. Kaufman's 6th field goal of this game, and Lady Savages at the other end force a turnover, and it'll be going back the other way. 1-point ball game. There have been 11 lead changes thus far. We're not even out of the first half yet, back and forth. Coughlin working against Lopez out to the side. Gaston feeds it into Woolsey. Woolsey puts it down in the paint, then throws it out and double dribbled. Travel. Woolsey put it on the floor, and then after she picked it up, took another step, and you can't do that. So, turn over the Idabel basketball, and the Lady Warriors going to slow it down as Lopez slowly brings it up, kicks it out to Haddix. Haddix working against Gaston, top of the key. Now back to Schultz. Schultz out on the wing. Schultz called for a travel. Again, that was Cothran defensively. And so the ball will be inbounded from Rogers to Cothran. Lady Savages with an opportunity to retake the lead. Already 11 lead changes. Biggest lead, oh wow, almost loses the handle of the ball. Gaston working against Haddix. Gaston working back the other way. Gaston tries to force it inside. And Schultz there to bring it off. And here comes Glasson with a steal. Glasson stalking Lopez. Sneaks up and gets the ball. Haddix trying to get it back for the Warriors. And now out to Rogers. Rogers almost loses the handle. In fact, does lose the handle. Regains the basketball, but takes an extra step for travel. Yeah. 24-23, 3:20 left in the first half. Yeah, the Lady Warriors are defending state champions. In 3A, Lady Savage. Here's pass inside, turnaround, jumper, does not fall. Oh, wow, good rebound, but the block on the second bucket, and Schultz gets it through. Schultz with her first field goal of the game, gets the Lady Warriors back up by 3 and draws the foul. That's going to be the first foul on Rogers. Schultz's high shot arcs and into the hands, and there's a pass. Flat-footed jumper doesn't fall. Schultz with a rebound and gets it pulled out of her hands. Oh! There's a pushing foul. And actually, I thought it was one of the Savage coaches. I believe it was one of the Savage players that objected to that. Somebody on the bench got it. Anyway, that's going to be a foul on, I think, Cothran. It's going to be her first. Savage, Lady Savage on the floor. Schultz to Lopez. Lopez's three-point shot on the way. Buries it. Lopez, just her third field goal, but it gives the Lady Warriors a tie for their largest lead of the game by 6 points, 29-23. Glasson working against Haddix. Out, three-point shot on the way, way over. A little too long by Woolsey. Back to Lopez and out to Schultz. Schultz for 3, this time way over the bucket. And into the hands of Gaston. Gaston bringing it up, loses the handle, and now it's a steal by Haddix. Haddix taking it back the other direction. Haddix stutter steps and then backs it back up and gets it back into the hands of Whitfield. Whitfield shoots from way downtown. Maybe a little too far as it goes off the rim into the hands of Glasson. Quickly to Cothran. Cothran working at the top of the key. Cothran tries to drive. Cothran a fallaway jumper, does not fall, bounces off both sides of the rim and then back out in the hands of Schultz. Lady Warriors basketball, 149 left in the half. They have a 6-point lead. Lady Savages with, well, 14 fouls apiece. So the next foul, and there's a tie ball. Possession arrow in favor of Brokendale. Good reaction. Next foul will send the offending team's opponent to the free throw line as both teams are one away from the bonus. With a minute 35 left first half. Pass out, Gaston, and that block, I think that was partially blocked. Ball goes, actually safe, good hustle. Pressure in the backcourt from Gaston. Quickly to Haddix. Haddix slows it down. Now Haddix looking to drive and decides to bring it back out. Minute 14 left. Lady Warriors with a 6-point lead, 29-23. And Lopez working inside and gets it. Well, does draw the foul. Rogers got a piece of the ball, but also got a piece of the body, and that's going to be her second foul. That is the 15th foul. Just shooting in the act of shooting anyway, but even if it was not, we send Idabel to the free throw line. Mercedes Lopez, excellent free throw. That's her first free throw of the game. She's now shot for the cycle, so to speak, with a couple of two-point field goals, a three-pointer, and that free throw. And that second one with the kind rim falls back through. Lady Warriors now with the largest, does not, never mind. Scratch, or yeah, sorry. The scoreboard was a little late registering. Lady Warriors the largest. That's going to maybe a foul on Schultz, and she tried to cut off the baseline, but moved into the hip of Brantley, and that will send Brantley to the free throw line for Broken Bow with 57.8 seconds left. And if you think a minute's a short amount of time, look at how much basketball will be played in this final in the first half. Brantley's unkind rim, though. It goes off the front, off the bracket, and then back out over the front. No good. 57.8 seconds left, and I think we're going to see. I say we see quite a bit about the Lady Warriors with that kind of lead. Might want to slow things down if they get the rebound, though. And that, good effort by Cothran. Up pass to Lopez. She's driving against two, and then brings it back outside. Left open a gap. Somehow manages to stay ahead. Lopez with acrobatics quickly gets the Warriors up by a 10-point lead. Lady Savages looking to go into the locker room at halftime with a little momentum, looking to get some quick points here at the end of the half. There's Woolsey, tie ball. Lady Warriors will have the possession here on their favor, so we get the ball back with 30.9 seconds left. And so they may play for the last shot unless Lopez sees another crease, and she may drive. This game was a one-point game with about 4 minutes left in the half. Lady Warriors in the midst of a 9-0 run, or sorry, a 9-1 run. And they're passing around. I believe Whitfield or Lopez is the one that you would want to shoot from that distance. As Lady Savage is not looking to get either one of them. Hey, stolen! And then on the save attempt, got it back in. Shot does not get off. It's going to be a travel call, and that's going to do it for the first half of basketball. Lady Warriors up by 10, 33-23. Lady Savages going to talk things over, figure out how to come back out with some momentum in the second half. After breaks for a break to have some words from our sponsors, and then be back for second half action. Thanks. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Network. See you in 5.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Oh no, are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, got a pretty big fender bender here.
Don't worry, State Farm's got you covered.
That's great to hear. Robin, what's going on?
We're gonna get you a tow truck, Mike.
Thank you. Real fender bender going on. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Everybody remain calm. No reason to panic.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
Check out the new location at 1605 South Park Drive for Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance.
It always helps to look back at things and have some sort of way of processing it. Music happens to be a way that I process a lot of things that have happened in my past. Once you've experienced something years later, you'll go to write about it. You can understand things that have happened through the writing of the song and gain some clarity or some sense of closure or understanding that you didn't have.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like, this is my time, this is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it, ready and set, I'ma own it. Blasted to 10, then keep going, there ain't no coasting, I never settled on play. Putting the kettle to flame, I go 100 all day, foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid all my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slip. No, I don't miss. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid all my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Welcome back. Well, scoreboard does not tell the entire tale of that first half, as it was a one-point ball game. I actually had 13 lead changes up till the 4-minute mark of the first half, and then Lady Warriors went on a long run, creating some turnovers and 3 buckets, including basically a fantastic aerobatic one by Mercedes Lopez, and they now lead by 10, 33-23. Let's see what the Lady Savages have in their game plan coming in the second half, as they have possession of the basketball to start it off here. Out to Glasson. Glasson drives and then brings it back out. Gaston drives. Gaston going to the bucket, and Gaston draws the foul. Again, really, Gaston hadn't really been part of her game in the previous season stuff, but has really been exceptional driving toward the basket and either making the bucket or drawing the foul. And so, opportunity to get broken. Whoa, that one low angle and hits off to the side. No good. Second one, buries it. Now a 9-point game. Lady Warriors, here's a 2-point shot from Schultz, a little over, and Gaston was trying to block out Idabel's rebounder, did not see the ball, but did succeed in blocking her out, so turns it over to Broken Bow. Cawthron brings it up for the Lady Savages. Out on the wing. Quickly tries to force it in, does not get her, or quick hands by Idabel, one or the other. And so that's a turnover. It'll be Lady Warrior basketball. There you have it. See, there's a screen on, or attempted screen on Cawthron. Manages to get through it, pursuing the basketball around the perimeter. Lady Savage is looking to get in the face of Whitfield. Now another look at the basket, as she had 3 daggers in the first half. As you see that, you saw Jackson Glasson run straight out in her face. Now here's Schultz with a pick up a drive. Bounce pass. Oh, nice pass by Schultz inside. Shot's no good, though. Great rebound as Glasson goes up, uses her body to block out the defense. Gets it. Now it's Cawthron coast to coast. Cawthron gets Schultz draws the charge. That's going to be a foul on Cawthron. It turns it over. That's just going to be Cawthron's second foul. Second team foul on the Lady Savages, but again, Cawthron played on this Idabel team last season. They know her well, know her tendencies and the way she drives. That's a 3-point shot off the mark, and that's going to go off the hands of Schultz out of bounds and will be rebounded, or not rebounded, will be inbounded by Broken Bow. Because they know Cawthron very well, and so when she took off to that far side of the lane, Schultz got in position to draw the foul. They have done a pretty good job of holding Cawthron down, and I say that. She has 13 points in the first half. Here's Woolsey with the rebound. Woolsey turnaround jumper, and just can't get it to fall. Woolsey hasn't found that turnaround yet against Lady Warriors. Spin move, and here's in traffic a feed, and that's going to be a foul called on, I believe Brantley made the contact there, so that's going to send the Lady Warriors to the free throw line. Let's see who it was called on. I believe it was on Brantley, so it'll be her first. It will be the third team foul by the Lady Savages, and still, oh, sorry, that was on Gaston, not Brantley. Gaston's first foul, but it is the third team foul on Lady Savages. Still over 6 minutes left, so that may come back to bite the Savages, as just have one more foul to give up before they put the Lady Warriors in the bonus. First free throw does not find its mark, though. Bounces off the side, no good. Again, big thanks to all our sponsors. Appreciate their support of Savage Athletics, allowing you to watch these live stream games from the comfort of your home or the convenience of your phone. Second shot is good. Lady Warriors now back up to a double-digit lead, 34-24. As pass outside, moved by Gaston to Glasson. Glasson driving. Now she gets double-teamed and she gets fouled. I believe they hit her wrist, and so that's going to be I believe that's a second, maybe the first team foul. It is the second team foul. That's on Whitfield. It's her first. Second team foul by the Lady Warriors. Lady Savages have 3 inbound. Glasson picks up her dribble, kicks it out to the corner. Here comes Cawthron, and that's going to be a travel call. Genesis Smith now in the game for the Lady Savages. Smith. Pass almost a little too high. Schultz went up to get it. Does bring it down. Now Schultz left alone at the 2-point range. Steps inside. And that's part of that double team on Whitfield, and Lopez is leaving Schultz open, and Schultz is shot over off the glass and into the hands of Gaston. Gaston now needs a little help, does get it, and gets it out to Glasson. Jackson Glasson thought about taking it up court. Now it's Gaston with a jumper. No good. Falls into the hands of Idabel. Pressure in the backcourt as Schultz has the basketball. And quickly, Lady Savages get back defensively. Here's a pass. Bounce pass. Attempted to get it to Schultz, but a little bit behind her. Goes out of bounds off the Lady Warriors. Will be Broken Bow's basketball. Glasson out. Katie Rogers in for the Lady Savages. Cawthron to bring the ball up. Lady Savages trail by 10. Limited scoring so far. 1 point apiece. And here's a three-point shot, no good. Rebound, great rebound by Smith. Lays it in, lays it off the glass, does not get to fall. Here's a fast break. It's going to be Rogers and Gaston moving. And they managed to keep the shot from going down. Good hustle by Broken Bow. Smith brings it all the way up into the forecourt. Now it's Stowe punched out quickly. I guess, and now it's another 1-on-2 break, and that's going to be a blocking foul. And Katie Rogers does not like that call. She's pleading with the ref that she was in position with her hands up. It does not influence the officiate, however. I've never seen an official change their call. And Toby Bean does get a technical call, though, as he argues that call. And so that's going to put Mercedes Lopez at the line shooting 4. A technical, and then the shots from the foul by Rogers. Would add that makes it 5 team fouls for Broken Bow. So as Lopez makes the first one, to add her 13 points in the first half. So timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. We will have a word from one of our sponsors. We'll be back with more action. You're watching Broken Bow basketball on the Broken Bow Network. See you in a minute. Welcome back. Well, the Mercedes Lopez shooting the second of a pair of technical fouls, free throws, and then she will shoot the 2 that will be awarded from the foul by Katie Rogers. Lady Warriors, and Lopez is deadly she's deadly from everywhere on the court, but from the free throw line as well. 15 points now for Mercedes. 4:22 left, first half, and Lady Savages again are in foul trouble. The five team fouls. Lady Warriors are the bonus. Whoa, that was a little English action on the rim as the ball perched on the edge and then rolled back in for Lopez. Second, Lopez 4 for 4 from the free throw line on that trip, and because it was a technical foul, Idabel will also inbound the basketball. That's a big point, as only 1 point scored by each team prior to that foul and trip to the free throw by Lopez in the first 4 minutes. Now Lady Warriors with the biggest lead of the game, 14 points. Schultz. Pass it back to Schultz. Schultz looks, set shot from Schultz is over and into the hands of Smith. Smith, full court pass down to Gaston. Gaston working inside. She gets, nice pass inside. Denton got a hand on it to Cawthron. I believe that's a foul on Denton. Let's see who it's called on. It might not have been a foul. It might have just been knocked out by Denton. And that is the call. Ball will be inbounded by Broken Bow. Lady Savage is going to have to get back in the ball game, though. A tip, and that was miscommunication, as that was the tip drill between Cawthron and Woolsey. And one of them made a wrong assumption about where the ball would be. We've seen that play work several times, and here's a drive, bounce pass inside, almost intercepted by Gaston as she moved on the basketball. Got a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds, will be inbounded by Idabel. But Lady Savages now trail by 14, 3:41 left in the third period. But that means you only have 11 and a half minutes of basketball left, and they trail by 14, so going to have to get some points on the board quickly, or else Lady Warriors going to slow. And that's going to be a reaching foul, I believe, on Cawthron. That's going to be her second. But it will put Idabel on the line as. Oh no, never mind. That's and Gaston's going to go out and get a well-deserved breather. Man, she's had a huge start in the first period. But again, I thought I was going to say, wait, that foul was a pushing foul away from at mid-court, but the Lady Warriors are the bonus, and so Lopez makes her fifth consecutive free throw. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And Lady Warriors now up by 15. And a first miss by Lopez. Good rebound. Nice positioning by Cawthron. Cawthron looking to make a move. Cawthron, pump fake by Cawthron, then a shot off the front of the rim. It's going to the stands and will be out of bounds. Yeah, Lady Savage just not a nice pump fake, and by virtue of that, Cawthron left herself open. Lady Savage just not finding the mark shooting-wise tonight here in the second half. And I believe timeout called by the Lady Warriors. 60-second timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Have a word from another of our sponsors. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Network.
Oh no, are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, got a pretty big fender bender here.
Don't worry, State Farm's got you covered.
That's great to hear. Robin, what's going on?
We're gonna get you a tow truck, Mike.
Thank you. Real fender bender going on. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Everybody remain calm. No reason to panic.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
Check out the new location at 1605 South Park Drive for Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance.
Yeah, big thanks to Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance, one of our partners, along with Downtown Broken Bow, Choctaw Nation Together We're More program, the Broken Tiki, McCurtain County National Bank, our 2024-25 media partners. Also, thanks to Broken Bow Savage Basketball Supporters First Baptist Church of Broken Bow and Kaimichi Family Medical Center. Appreciate their support. Tell them about it. Warriors going to inbound the basketball. They quickly do get it out to Schultz, who gets it to Denton and then passed around the horn, trying to get an open shot. Idabel probably content to not rush any shots as Whitfield driving inside lays it up in a wise decision, as you saw both Cawthron and Woolsey just kind of block off the pursuit and let it go out of bounds. But here's a three-point shot from outside, long rebound brought down, and there's a foul. That's going to be Katie Rogers called for a foul in the back, and that's going to once again send Idabel back to the free throw line. That's going to be Katie Rogers' fourth foul, so she's one away from taking a permanent seat on the bench, at least in this game. And you'll see Katie Rogers come out along with Tyson Woolsey. And Skelton come in. Yep, 16-point deficit and 2:39. It could be desperation time for the Lady Savages. Feed inside it's back out to Gaston. Gaston throws it out to Smith on the perimeter. Smith double teamed. Here's another good look. Three-pointer on the way, off the glass. Falls, struggle for the rebound. And saved by the Lady Warriors, and they bring it back up court. 16-point lead for Idabel. Out to Haddix. Haddix with the leaner, no good. Rebound, Smith. Smith bounce pass. Here comes Gaston. Gaston called for turning the ball over. And so, Lady Warrior basketball, they will inbound. Back in the backcourt. Oh, nice effort as Cawthron went elevated to try to get the ball. Pass to Lopez. Lopez, again, they're probably going to set up, I don't know. I would assume Idabel would set up four corners and bleed some time off the clock with a 16-point lead, a minute 47. But no, drive inside and a nice steal. Smith knocks it loose. It's going to be Gaston. Bounce pass from Gaston to Cawthron. She gets the foul and the bucket. That was a good defensive effort that turned into a great offensive effort. Cawthron back in a rhythm of sorts. That's Jalen Cawthron's first points of the second half. So, chance to get the traditional, and wow, that one, after about 6 revolutions around the interior of the rim, it falls through for Lady Savages, back to a 14-point game. Lady Savages going to go with the press, try to create a turnover here. Jackson Glasson back in for Broken Bow. Back in the backcourt. Pressure to Haddix. Haddix into low. Nice lay in Whitfield. Whitfield with her first bucket of the second half, but gets the Lady Warriors back to a 15-point lead. There's a pass to Woolsey, and they've done a good job of keeping Woolsey. There's Woolsey with the turnaround. That is Tyson Woolsey's first field goal of the game. Idabel's done a great job interior. Oh, a steal by Cawthron. Off pressure by Glasson. Cawthron going. Cawthron fouled. Jalen Cawthron will go to the free throw line. Or not. Oh, well. Savage crowd and bench unhappy with that, and I am too. I mean, I believe she was in the act of shooting and was fouled pretty hard, so I guess I think that's just, I have to say, I think that was a bad call. Not that it not necessarily make a difference in the game, but I don't think the Lady Warriors need any help. Anyway, results in the missed shot and Warriors with a basketball. Pass to Schultz. Schultz set shot, bounces in and out. Rebound, Smith. Back to Gaston. Gaston looking. Gaston hasn't had any looks from the three-point line, and that's probably as they were, Lady Warriors scouted her out well. Here's a drive and the bucket. Bucket and the foul once again. Jalen Cawthron.
Fouls on Idabel, number 25, Alexis Schultz.
That's going to be Schultz. I believe that's Schultz's third foul. That is the fourth team foul, but there's only 25 seconds left in this period. They will reset after that. I should say, clarify, fourth team foul by the Lady Warriors. It will send Cawthron to the free throw line. Opportunity to get back to a 10-point game. Shots up and good. Back to a 10-point basketball game, which is where we left off at the half. Pressure defense working for Broken Bow as they are now once again in the full court press. It's going to be Schultz bringing it up. Schultz double teamed, and Lady Savages tie it up. Winds up in the hands of Glasson. Possession arrow is in Idabel's favor, so they will inbound, but that will switch the arrow. Good defense by Broken Bow. Trap there on the side. Into Schultz. And it looked like Whitfield thought about shooting it, decided better of it, maybe on commands from the bench, like there's only 10 seconds left, wait till the last. Oh, there's a bounce pass. Schultz, a block by Woolsey, and then a foul called on Woolsey on the subsequent putback attempt. And unfortunately, the bad news for Broken Bow is that's Mercedes Lopez that will be shooting, I believe.
Number 23, Jalen Cawthron.
Oh, that was actually on Cawthron. That was on Cawthron, not. I thought that was on Woolsey. That was on Cawthron, just her second foul. Lopez with her sixth free throw of the game. 6 for 7 now from the line. Back to an 11-point lead for Idabel. Here's the shot, and both of those are good. Now the Lady Warriors going to be in the press. It's Cawthron. Long pass. Can she get the shot off? Shots off. Oh, well, they did get it off, but not much time to aim, and well, we in the third period, about where we were at halftime. Now a 12-point advantage for Idabel, 44-32. We'll be back with the final 8 minutes of basketball of this game after these messages from our sponsors. See you in a minute.
It always helps to look back at things and have some sort of way of processing it. Music happens to be a way that I process a lot of things that have happened in my past. Once you've experienced something years later, you'll go to write about it. You can understand things that have happened through the writing of the song and gain some clarity or some sense of closure or understanding that you didn't have.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. Well, an exciting and very competitive basketball game. Lady Warriors had a run at the end in the last 4 minutes, or last 3 minutes really, of the first half, and that's about where we've been since then. They led by 10 following that run. That's where we were at the halftime. That's where we are here after the Lady Warriors up by as much as 16. Broken Bow cut it back to 10. Could not eat into that double-digit lead, however. Mercedes Lopez with a tremendous game. 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Three-point shot on the way, and just does not fall. Oh, and the ball's turned around, stolen. Cawthron behind the back. Cawthron going through him. Cawthron has it, might have been rejected. There's either a tie ball or a foul. Let's see what the call is. That's going to be a foul on Gaston, I believe.
That's on Broken Bow, number 20, Haley Brantley.
Oh, that's on Brantley, I'm sorry. Brantley's second foul. First team foul of this period. Long pass, and that's almost a backcourt violation, as had one leg on either side of the line. It thought about going backward. Lady Warriors get it into the forecourt. Here's pressure as it's thrown in and tipped and stolen. Nice job on the tip by Brantley. Good job bringing the ball down by Gaston. Gaston's backing it back up for the perimeter. Gets it to Brantley. Brantley feeds it into Woolsey. Woolsey going up, laying it off the glass. Oh, nice tip inside. Woolsey back out to Gaston. Gaston for three. Can't make it fall. Fight for the rebound, and that's going to be possibly a foul on Cawthron as she came flying in from the outside.
Number 23, Jalen.
It is on Cawthron. She came flying in for the rebound. That's her third foul, second team foul for the Lady Savages. And in this situation, really getting into the bonus, it's rather immaterial. In fact, it may be an advantage for the Lady Savages. And the reason for that is they're having a heated conference down at the coaching table, maybe about one of the rules, but the reason for that is if you're trailing by 10 points, 11 points, 12 points, whatever, in the final period, you're going to be committing fouls in order to stop the clock and get possession of the basketball and not let Idabel just run all the time off. Well, if you're going to do that, instead of having them inbound the ball, you will send them to the free throw line, but you get the ball back, hopefully, off of that. And the athletic director, Craig Sundberg, is down there, and they are having a heated discussion along with Toby Bean with the officiating. I'm not sure what it's over, but it's over some either OSSAA rule. It's not about a judgment call for the rule. He was pointing to the clock or pointing to something at the other end in the area of the clock. I'm not sure what that exactly was about. I think it was about the foul that was called on Cawthron, but you see the official explaining it to the bookkeepers. Anyway, it's going to be inbounded by Idabel. And there's a out of bounds as the ball was a little over the line, so that will be Broken Bow basketball. Just under 7 minutes, 6:59 left. Lady Savage trail by 12. Have managed to keep it pretty scoring even here in the second half as they trail by 10 at the half, but now is the time where they're going to have to probably hit some three-pointers and get some points on the board anyway. And that's without their star Jalen Cawthron. Here's pass from the outside. Out to Gaston. Gaston makes the move down the baseline. Nice move by Gaston, and Gaston goes strong to the bucket. Rayleigh Gaston lays it in for two. Back to a 10-point ball game. At the other end, Lady Warriors get it to Denton. Denton guarded by Griffin, and then there's a timeout called by the Lady Warriors. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well and see you in 30. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Network.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Welcome back. And again, thanks to downtown Broken Bow, another one of our media partners. I was there this afternoon. Great day to be out and about shopping downtown Broken Bow. The Broken Bow Lady Savages. Oh, nice rebound. Tyson Woolsey, good defensive work. Lady Savages get the ball. Here's Rayleigh Gaston going all the way and does not draw the foul. At least it wasn't called. And it's rebounded by Broken Bow. Nice job of Glasson getting the rebound. Here's a drive, and that draws a foul, and that's going to send Broken Bow to the free throw line. That will be the third, I believe, team foul on, or no, sorry, first team foul. That's on Whitfield, and that's the first team foul. Second one by Whitfield. And Hightower gets it back to a single-digit lead. Lady Savages now trail by 9. She has an opportunity to cut it to 8 with 6:09 left, and not quite, but it's Tyson Woolsey. Strong, does get the rebound, does not get it to fall on the putback. Tyson Woolsey, again, well defended by Idabel, and there's a mistake as the Lady Warriors lose control of the basketball. It's going to be Broken Bow basketball. They've done a good job of boxing out and controlling Tyson Woolsey. She usually has at least 15, 20 points from the paint. Really only 2 field goals tonight. Did get a great rebound, though, and putback. Just didn't get it to fall. Long inbound. It's Brantley. Brantley working toward the middle. Good screen from Woolsey, and Brantley goes in and draws. Nope, I said draws the foul, but actually commits the charge. That's just going to be Brantley's third, I believe. That is the third team foul on Broken Bow. Yeah, third team foul on the Lady Savages, and so Inbound, full court press on, and there's going to be a tie. Yeah, I think that's a. Oh, well, Brantley immediately called for her fourth foul. Reed just grabbing a hold of the basketball against the arm. And here's Haddix trying to work against Gaston. Gets it into the forecourt. Back to Haddix. Haddix going to drive the lane with a three-step drop and a windmill. Haddix with her first bucket. Lady Warriors back up by double digits, 11 points, and there's a bit too high on the pass. I think now it's the Idabel Warrior coaching staff that is up there screaming. They may be screaming at their players, but it seems like they're screaming at somebody there. Inbound, and the ball's quickly thrown in, and then it's a foul called. The Savage bench reacts as another foul gets called. That's going to be on Gaston. I think that's her third. Maybe just her second. It is just, man, a clean game by Riley Gaston, just her second. That is the fourth team foul by the Lady Savages, though, so the next one would send Idabel to the free throw line. Haddix guarded by Gaston and Hightower. Fed inside. And then back outside. And Lady Warriors going to bleed some time off the clock now. Denton out, thought about shooting it, decided better of it, drive inside, and lays it off the glass and in. Whitfield with a drive, her second 2-point bucket, or third 2-point bucket of the game. Here's about the other end, and that's going to draw the foul. As Hightower draws the foul. I believe that was Haddix committing it. That's going to be. No, that is Whitfield. That's going to be the third foul by Whitfield, third team foul this period by Idabel. Brokovo has 4. There's a three-pointer on the way. High bounce, rebounded. Glassy got a piece of it. And then Glassy goes to the court. Quickly gets back up. A little bit hobbled. Here's Haddix from 3, feeds it inside. And there's a foul on the following the shot. After the shot was released, I believe it was Glassy got both hands of the shooter, and so that'll send Idabel. Shot was missed. I think that's just Glass's third foul. Maybe just her second. It is just her second. That is the 5th team foul, though, so it wouldn't have mattered if it was in the act of shooting or not. Idabel will go to the free throw line. Free throw, high arch, does not fall, hits the bracket and bounces back out, no good. Still a 13-point lead for the Lady Warriors with 4:45 left. Lady Savages trying to get back in it. Brantley comes out, as does Glasson. Rogers and Hightower in. Second free throw high off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Hightower. Hightower being stalked by, I believe, Lopez. And quickly, out to Gaston. Gaston with the move inside. Gaston stops her momentum. Out to Smith. Looking for a shot from the perimeter. Hightower double teamed. Quickly gets it to Smith. Smith with a backward roll-in, does not fall. Rebounded by Idabel. Here comes Whitfield to Haddix. Haddix guarded by Rogers. Rogers gets called. That may be Rogers' 5th foul. If that's on Rogers, I think that's her 5th.
Fouls on broken ball number 25, Katie Rogers.
And it is indeed. So Katie Rogers will take a seat on the bench. Idabel will go to the free throw line. Still 4:15 left, but a 13-point game. The way to look at it is it's a 4-possession game. Sorry, a 5-possession game. And so again, this second half started off very slow scoring-wise. Two very good defensive teams, and they had only put 1 point apiece on the board up to halfway through the second half. 1 piece in the second half, and then Idabel had a scoring flurry, mostly Mercedes Lopez from the free throw line. And so as she hit 6 of 7, Lady Warriors get a lot of points from the free throw line tonight. Probably going to get a few more before the end of this game as Haddix adds 1 more. 49. Again, still a 5-possession game. 50 if she makes this one again, then she does. Still a 5-possession game, but that's if all your possessions are 3-point shots. Here's Gaston from 3 and hits the bracket, no good, but you got to take the shot. With 4 minutes left, again, 5-possession game, 4 minutes. That's less. Do the math. That's less than a minute per possession, and I'd be surprised if the Lady Warriors didn't slow it down if they get it across the midcourt line. They do as Lopez gets it out. Well, no, they're going to go ahead and shoot. High. And quickly rebounded. It's going to be Skelton. And that pass almost wound up in Idabel's hands. Smith saves it, gets it to Hightower, gets it back to Gaston, and Skelton was asking for it out there on the side. Momentarily open. Oh, here's the 3-point look. Shots on the way and falls. Oh, good rebound inside. Fight for it anyway. Hustle. And I don't know if it's Warrior basketball, Lady Warrior basketball went out of bounds off of one of the Broken Bow players' dive. I think that was really Gaston diving for it. So quickly inbound. And it's going to be Lopez bringing it up. And now Idabel, they haven't shown any tendency to not take a shot, so I don't think that they will slow it down. I think they'll keep, and that ball is going to be out of bounds off of Broken Bow. That was Griffin with a quick hand to knock it out of bounds. Oh, wow, that was Smith that got a hand on it guarding Lopez. And now it's Skelton with the reaching foul. That'll be the first on Avery Skelton.
22, Avery Skelton.
And that will send, that'll stop the clock and send Lopez, Warriors to the line, but unfortunately it's Mercedes Lopez at the line. I mean, she's 6 for 7 so far in this basketball game. Make it 7 for 8. And that makes it a 6-possession game. Again, not out of reach, but it would take a tremendous comeback by the Lady Savages to equal it. That misses. Only her second miss from the free throw line. Rebound by Griffin. Quickly gets it out to Hightower. Hightower working against Lopez. Hightower picks it up and, thought about, tried to pass it or tried to shoot it and then decided to pass it in mid-stride. I think Lopez got a hand on it, and so her feet came back to the ground. Turnover on the travel call. Here's Smith guarding Lopez. Inside it goes. It looked like it was tipped, and Haddix with a second field goal of the game. Lady Warriors up by 18 now. Gaston draws the foul, I believe, as she's driving. That may send Riley Gaston to the free throw line. Let's see what happens.
Number 2, Elia Haddix. Riley Gaston at the line.
It's Haddix's first foul, but that is the third team foul by the Lady Warriors. Swish. Nice shot, Riley Gaston. Gaston has 16 points so far. Oh, nice rebound. And the putback draws the foul. And that's going to be Schultz committing the foul for Idabel. And that's going to, I believe, send Griffin to the free throw line. I think that's just Schultz's fourth foul. Yeah, she's one away from rejection. Oh, in and out, rolled around the rim and bounced back out for Griffin. No good. Schultz now with 4 fouls for the Lady Warriors. And Lady Warriors now with 4 team fouls, so any foul from now on will send the other team to the free throw line. 2:27 left. Lady Warriors with a substantial lead. That's a commanding lead, 17 points, and both those shots. Contested rebound, but goes out of bounds off the fingertips of either Smith or Gaston, so will be inbounded by Idabel. Haddix moving it up court. Working, and Riley Gaston tried to slow down as Haddix stopped her momentum, and so Gaston just commits her third foul of the game. we'll send Idabel back to the free throw line. Haddix has 2 free throws thus far. 2 good free throws thus far, I should say. Make it 3. 54-36. Get a very effective defensive plan, or at least defensive play, and that one was missed. Winds up in the hands, quickly gets it to Gaston. And Gaston needs some help in the backcourt. She's there all alone. And stolen and then kicked out of bounds by Lopez as she does the, I don't know, pick your one-name female soccer player, or anyway, kicks that out of bounds, so it'll be Brokenbow's basketball. Here's Griffin to Smith. Smith drives, open lane for Smith with the finger roll, does not get to fall though. That's the story of the night for Lady Savages, just not be able to, other than in that first period. And they kept it even and actually led for momentarily, but unable to get it to fall the second half. Got to hand it to Idabel. They have done a good job of keeping Tyson Woolsey off the scoreboard. And there's a, oh, that's a, Lady Savages called for a pushing foul. It's going to be against Skelton, but I think because Lady Warrior with the ball, but I didn't see the hands on her. So that will send to Idabel. That's a second one on Skelton, I believe. Maybe he reversed the call. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, a technical.
Did they just change it?
No, it's a technical. Yeah, this one, Toby Bean is apoplectic. And now you see all the coaching staff saying, hey, I'm not sure what the technical was on, maybe on the Savage crowd, but coaching staff venting their frustration with the officiating in this game. Well, Lady Savage is going to drop one here tonight. The first half of this Middle River rivalry. Second half will be in Brokenbow. We'll live stream that game as well here in a couple of weeks. And now the Lady Warriors with the 20-point lead decide to play keep away. And Lady Savage got a foul and send Lopez back to the free throw line. And any person, well, at least any Idabel player in a white jersey tonight, Lopez would probably be, although she missed the first, would be the last one I would want to send to the free throw line, but you kind of don't have a choice when she's the point guard controlling the basketball. So anyway, Lady Savage is going to drop one here tonight. Again, their losses have been against excellent teams. The Queen Lady Leopards, who defeated them in the Savage Classic, still undefeated in play in Arkansas. Lady Leopards ranked the top 5 spots in Arkansas. And then Lady Savages, I believe, face Washington and in that Tournament of Champions in Fort Smith. So again, every team in that. Lady Idabel's girls were also in that Tournament of Champions. And there's going to be a charging foul, as that was smart play by Avery Skelton to position herself, stay put, and draw the foul. And so Idabel going to turn the ball over with 1:02 left. Lady Savages got an opportunity to get more points on the board. Out to Griffin. Griffin pulls up, shoots from 3. Griffin buries it. Nice shot from Griffin. Nia Griffin adds her name in the scoring book. Timeout on the floor. We're going to stay right here for this one and look at the Savage coaching staff. So I think that was either at least 2, maybe 3. I think there have been 3 technical fouls called on the Savage bench. When I say on the bench, I don't mean on the bench play. I mean on the coaching staff tonight. And Idabel has 6. I think 16 of their 57 points have come from the free throw line, including 5 on technical fouls. 5 free throws made off of technical foul calls, plus that, and again, when you get a technical call, it's free throw plus the possession. You inbound the ball, so that's 3 possessions as well. Yeah. So 51.2 seconds left. It will be Broken Bow in the press, trying to create a long inbound pass, and this is going to be Lopez coast to coast. Oh, good hustle, but by Jackson. Lopez adds to her scoring total. Tremendous game. They recognized her earlier in the game for being a 1,000-point scorer, and there's a trap inside. Smith turns around, 3-point shot on the way. High rebound, doesn't get, and it goes out of bounds, I believe, off of Idabel. Well, I don't know if you can see Toby Bean there in the bottom of the screen leaning back and like just held his arm, folded his arms like, yes, of course. So 29 seconds left. Lady Warriors going to win this one and stay at, I believe, 2 losses on the year. Lady Savage is going to pick up their 3rd. As a drive inside, and the ball goes knocked loose by Lady Warriors, and they will inbound the ball with 23.4 seconds left. Got 10 seconds to get it up past the half-court line, and then Mercedes Lopez will dribble out the rest of it. So Lady Warriors going to pick up a win here. I consider that. They will face each other again at Broken Bow. In a couple of weeks, we'll bring you that live stream game. And see Jackson Glassy congratulating them. So Lady Warriors win by 20 points exactly, 59-39 here on their own home court. We're going to take a quick break, have some words from our sponsors, and bring you what promises to be one of the most anticipated and closely matched basketball contests between the Broken Bow Savages and the Idabel Warriors. Idabel Warriors facing Graydon Howell again on this court last year against Idabel. Was sick, recovering from the flu or some illness, and was out of the game for 3 periods. Did not play most of that game, but he will be on there tonight, and expect a lightning performance from him. We're going to take a break, have some words from our sponsor, be back with the tip-off for Broken Bow versus Idabel in Game 2. The boys. See you then.
Oh no, are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, got a pretty big fender bender here.
Don't worry, State Farm's got you covered.
That's great to hear. Robin, what's going on?
We're gonna get you a tow truck, Mike.
Thank you. Real fender bender going on here. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Everybody remain calm. No reason to panic.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
Check out the new location at 1605 South Park Drive for Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance.
It always helps to look back at things and have some sort of way of processing it. Music happens to be a way that I process a lot of things that have happened in my past. Once you've experienced something years later, you'll go to write about it. You can understand things that have happened through the writing of the song and gain some clarity or some sense of closure or understanding that you didn't have.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Oh no, are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, got a pretty big fender bender here.
Don't worry, State Farm's got you covered.
That's great to hear. Robin, what's going on?
We're gonna get you a tow truck, Mike.
Thank you. Real fender bender going on here. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Everybody remain calm. No reason to panic.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
Check out the new location at 1605 South Park Drive for Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance.
It always helps to look back at things and have some sort of way of processing it. Music happens to be a way that I process a lot of things that have happened in my past. Once you've experienced something years later, you'll go to write about it. You can understand things that have happened through the writing of the song and gain some clarity or some sense of closure or understanding that you didn't have.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Well, welcome back. We're about 3.5 minutes away from the tip-off of this boys game. And this, again, should be a very close contest. Again, Braden Howell, of course, the Savage superstar, closing in on 1,000 points in just his sophomore year. But did not play much this game last year at Idabel. Was over here. Again, he started, but had, I don't know, the flu or something, some other symptoms. Anyway, was literally vomiting on the bench and taken out of the game for medical reasons. Not only didn't finish, but played about half of one period. And so, by all reports, in excellent health tonight, though, and 100%. So, should be able to see how he matches up against this Warrior defense. Idabel, of course, with number of stars. In fact, and I believe, I'm not sure what the status of Matrell Lopez is as far as staying at Idabel. I think he has graduated, but still is eligible to play, finish out as much of the season until he attends college. I know he's been offered and accepted a football scholarship at Oklahoma State, and so I think we'll be attending Stillwater once they resume classes for the spring semester. But I don't think that's for another week, so I think he will be on the roster tonight. I think Matrell Lopez will play for Idabel. Of course, they have the returning starters from that team last year, Hankins, Threadgill, Bledsoe, Lopez, along with Lewis. They will be facing some new faces at Brokenbow and some old ones as well. But Brokenbow, Jackson McDaniel, of course, started last year, but Jackson McDaniel has added, again, like Rayleigh Gass to that person, Jackson McDaniel has added a couple of other elements to his basketball game. And he is a penetrator. He's going toward the bucket, drawing fouls and getting points inside the paint, not just outside, not just a three-point specialist, and not just a defender. So Jackson McDaniel, we had to see how he matches up against this Idabel defense. And then A.J. Brannon's going to have his workout cut out for him in the paint. But DeJon Hall, the fantastic freshman for Brokenbow, also a star of the basketball game to match his athleticism against the Warriors. We're going to have another quick break, roll a couple of commercials, and be back with a tip-off. That's Brokenbow versus Idabel game, version 1 for 2024-25. See you in a minute.
Oh no, are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, got a pretty big fender bender here.
Don't worry, State Farm's got you covered.
That's great to hear. Robin, what's going on?
We're gonna get you a tow truck, Mike.
Thank you. Real fender bender going on. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Everybody remain calm. No reason to panic.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
Check out the new location at 1605 South Park Drive for Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance.
All right, time for the starting lineup. Of course, Savages, as the visiting team, will have their starting lineup announced first.
Starting lineup for the Brokenbow Savages. Coached by Brian Woolsey. A 5'11" freshman, number 3, DeJon Hall.
It's DeJon Hall.
A 5'11" sophomore, number 4, Creighton Howell. A 6'1" junior, number 10, Jackson McDaniel. 5'9" senior, number 20, Tyrant Tinahero.
Tinahero, the only senior starter on this starting 5-4 Brokenbow. So a team of underclassmen wearing the gold jerseys tonight. Notice Graydon Howell's shoes, the signature different colors. So I think I read something about, it might have been Jalen Hurts or somebody. It was fined by the NFL because the shoes have to be the same color, and he took the fine instead of matching them. I think they were Air Jordan 3s or something like that. But anyway, Savages. There's Jordan Lewis. And Idabel, one of the advantages for the Warriors will be a height advantage, as the Warriors have a 6'5", 6'4" across the middle, and so Savages, again, I mentioned AJ and AJ Brandon going to be challenged in the rebounding game, but Savages, surprisingly against the Warriors, may have an actual advantage in speed and quickness. With Howell, Hall, and then Tinahero. Tinahero, only 5'8", but Tinahero with a great leaping ability. Tinahero, again, a state finalist in the high jump last couple of years for the Brokenbow track team. So leaping and rebounding ability. And then Daniel has added that to his game. Here they are facing off, and it's going to be Hankins. Knocks it back, Warriors control. Quickly into the forecourt, driving lane, trying to lay it off, and they do. Threadgill with the first 2 points. As it's quickly to Howell. Howell at midcourt. Warriors quickly get back into defensive position. Oh, feed inside from Howell. What a great assist. And Brannon accelerated to the hoop. That was impressive. Howell with the assist. Brannon with the first 2 points, tie ball game. And expect this pace to be extremely fast. There's Threadgill with a 3. Answer, not yet a minute off the clock, already 3 for 3 from the field for these teams. Hall to McDaniel. McDaniel across into the forecourt. McDaniel backing it up. Getting it to Howell. Howell bringing it quickly. Howell driving inside. Graydon Howell! Graydon Howell! How did he do that? Graydon Howell floated in midair and somehow went past. They're going to talk things over at the Idabel bench as Graydon Howell just magically appeared on the other side of 2 of their defenders. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. See you in a minute.
It always helps to look back at things and have some sort of way of processing it. Music happens to be a way that I process a lot of things that have happened in my past. Once you've experienced something years later, you'll go to write about it. You can understand things that have happened through the writing of the song and gain some clarity or some sense of closure or understanding that you didn't have.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, Graydon Howell's shoes are different colors because one of them is in this dimension and one of them in another one when he drives the lane. Here's a 3-pointer from Threadgill. The answer, 8-4, Idabel. And the Warriors are going to remain in the press probably for the full game. They're not going to allow Savage. And there's an official timeout. I believe there's some moisture on the floor or something. As Graydon Howell actually pointed that out to the officiating crew. And so they're going to have to resolve that. But or something on the court anyway. But again, expect the Warriors to be in the press the full game, trying to create turnovers. And that could, if you can break that press, though, it does give you fast break opportunities. And Hall quickly draws the foul, and that's what, or does he? You know, he went off out of bounds. So that was the opposite way. So the press worked for the Warriors that time. That's something you have to watch. But the other disadvantage is if you go up that side, you can force you're moving. And if the defender's moving and they run into you, it's a foul against them. Savages can pick up some fouls, get the Warriors into foul trouble. There are no fouls on the board yet, as both of these teams should have really good shooting from the field. That one first missed by the Warriors, and that's picked up by Howell. Howell's driving. Howell's going coast to coast. Howell gets the foul. And that's a pushing foul. It may have been away from the ball. It may have been on, I believe, Hankins. No, it's on Hoskins, not Hankins. That's the first foul by anybody. It was a pushing foul away from the ball, not a shooting foul. Broken Bow will inbound. Savages trail by 4. Quickly inbound. McDaniel trying to drive the baseline, gets it cut off, looking for help, has the basketball, loses the handle. Oh, good quick move, and that's going to be another foul on Idabel. As it looked like Hall was trying to go out of bounds to save the basketball, got ran into by a Warrior.
Fouls on Idabel, number 32, Chris Bledsoe.
Bledsoe's first foul. So the Warriors in quick succession pick up 2 team fouls. Still 6:15 left to play. First period. Oh, a fall away jumper sticks on the side and falls to earth. No good by Tenehero. Rebound, shots on the way. Bam. Idabel has 11 points in this basketball game, all by Shane Threadgill. 3 threes and a 2. And there's another quick timeout as the Warriors are going to send Townsend in and take Bledsoe out. Bledsoe coming out after picking up that first foul early. 5:57 now left, first period. Warriors up by 7. McDaniel working in the backcourt, gets it to Tenehero. Tenehero working in the backcourt, gets it. Oh, to Hall, to McDaniel. McDaniel with a 3-pointer! Jackson McDaniel! And that's how you break the press. McDaniel buries it. 4-point ball game. Nice start for Jackson McDaniel. His first shot goes through the bottom of the net. Here comes Lewis. Out to Hankins, and he gets the ball. Oh, that's going to be, I think they called a foul on either Hall or Howell. I believe that's going to be on Graydon Howell, his first team foul by Broken Bow.
Fouls on Broken Bow, number 20, Tyron
No, it is on Tinajero. They had him trapped between them, so it goes to Tinajero. Inbound by the Warriors. It's going to be out to Hoskins, and then around to to Townsend. Marquis Townsend feeds it inside. Hoskins does not get the bucket, but draws a foul. That's going to be on McDaniel, his second team foul.
Jackson McDaniel. Baker Hoskins at the line.
Savages have evened out the scoring. Hal with 2, Brandon with 2, McDaniel with 3 are distributed. Hoskins becomes the first Warrior not named Shane Threadgill to put points on the board with that free throw. Warriors now up by 5. And an opportunity to make it 6 from the line, and they do. Inbound to Hall. Hall going up that same side. Gets it quickly into the forecourt. Hall gets it to Hal. Graydon Hal moving with the basketball. Hal turned as a Idabel crowd keeps possession. Pass to Hal. Brandon strong to the hoop. Graydon Hal pulled 3 defenders off, and then with the assist to Brandon. Brandon looking strong as he shows his elevation and releasing the basketball just a little bit away from the rim. Fight for the basketball, and then Hal somehow winds up with it. Here comes Graydon Hal, 1-on-2 break. Graydon Hal to the bucket. Savages now trail by just 2 after scoring 4 points in about as many seconds. Warriors looking to get an open shot from outside as they get it to Hankins. Bounce pass now to Lewis, and now around to Threadgill. Threadgill gets the ball knocked loose. It's still on the floor. Tie ball. It's going to be possession arrow, I believe, Broken Bow. As good hustle and quick hands result in a turnover. And one of the Warriors just went off the floor into the locker room. I don't know if there may be a cut or something. Anyway, didn't get to see the number. Here comes Hal, guarded by Hankins. Hal quickly into the forecourt. Long pass from Hal. It gets tipped. And now it's going to be a move down. That's a double drill. That's going to be a travel call against the Warriors. It would turn it back over to the Broken Bow. 2-point ball game, 13-11, 3:49 left, first period. For the Savages, Hal and Brandon have 4 points each on two-point field goals. Jackson McDaniel has a 3-pointer. Here's Tinajero in the forecourt, working against Threadgill. Tinajero driving, turns it, flips it outside. Jackson McDaniel for 3. That was blocked, and there's a foul following that, and that's going to get Jackson McDaniel will now shoot 3 from the line, and I could hear the smack on his hand through these headphones that I'm wearing. So Jackson McDaniel, by the way, that is on Hankins. That is his first foul, third team foul on the Warriors, but that'll give McDaniel an opportunity to give the Savages a tie or a lead because he is shooting 3. Swish. McDaniel now even with Hal and Brandon. All 3 have 4 points each for the Savages. Oh, long rebound. But, again, he was outside the perimeter when shooting, so he will shoot 3. He still has an opportunity to tie it up. 3:36 left. Swish, tie ball game. 13-13, 3:36 and ticking. Here come the Warriors into the forecourt. Quickly get it to Threadgill. Oh, it's intercepted. Threadgill's pass picked off by McDaniel. McDaniel to Hall, and a travel call on Hall. And Ryan Woolsey just sitting with his arms folded on the pacing in front of the bench. I'm sure as he watched the first game and does not want to get a technical. Warriors pass it out to Threadgill. That's a nice job of McDaniel cutting off that pass. Here's Threadgill's off the mark rebound by Broken Bow. Quickly to Hall. Hall gets fouled from behind as Hankins runs into him. That's going to be the second foul on Cordavius Hankins and the fourth team foul on Idabel. Hankins with 2, Hoskins and Bledsoe with 1 each for the Warriors. 3:01 left, tie ball game. 13-13 first period. Quickly inbound into the backcourt, Graydon Howell. Howell, a fake, and then Howell gets the ball stripped, but it comes back up in the hands of Tenhero. Tenhero to McDaniel. McDaniel buries it from the perimeter. McDaniel with his second tray from that corner, Brokovo's first lead of the ball game, 16-13. Jackson McDaniel on fire, 8 points. Still 2:36 left, first period. Warriors to Lewis. To Threadgill. Threadgill trying to get a screen. Guarded out of the perimeter, and almost Brannon got a hand. That pass, Threadgill tried to force it in. Brannon got a hand on it and created a turnover. Quick hands by A.J. Brannon gives Brokovo possession of the basketball with a 3-point lead, 2:24 left, first period. Howell inbounds it to McDaniel, back to Howell. Howell will be working against Threadgill. Keep in mind the Warriors have 4 team fouls, so any foul by Idabel will send the Savages to the free throw line, at least for the next 2:10 of game time. Howell kicks it out to McDaniel. McDaniel for 3. McDaniel off the front. Rebound. Nice hustle. Savages pick up the rebound. Here's a 3-pointer from Howell. Does not fall. Rebound Warriors. And quick pass outside to Hoskins. Hoskins trying to drive. Gets it. Oh, nice move by the big man, Marquis Townsend. Shows his quickness. Townsend gets the Warriors back within 1. 16-15 is your score. McDaniel to Hall. To McDaniel. To Axton. Axton working, kicks it back out to Hall. Savages set up their offense. Here's Hall. Hall. And it looks like Hall called for the travel. I think one of the Warriors might have got a hand on the basketball. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a travel call. It's a foul called on Dejon Hall. And, Woolsey doesn't like the call, but a minute 8 left. Savages lead by 1, 15-16. I should clarify, in the first period. Here's a drive. Threadgill with the windmill. Gets the point and the foul called, I believe, on Brannon. That is on Brannon, his first. That's the 4th team foul. Each team has 4 team fouls. That will put their opponent in the bonus, at least for the next 1 minute, 1 second of game time, should they commit another foul. Threadgill with a tremendous first period as he adds the +1. 14 points for Threadgill and 3 for the rest of the Warriors. Here comes a behind-the-back dribble, and here comes Tenhero floating in there. Does not get it to fall, though, and it's got to be Lewis one-on-one against McDaniel, and Lewis threw his shoulder into Jackson McDaniel, and
Jordan Lewis
launched himself toward McDaniel, and McDaniel gets called for the foul. He did elevate with it. That's going to give the Warriors the lead and a chance to make it a 5-point lead. I should say extend their lead. Shots up, and it is good. Lewis, 4th Warrior to put points on the board. .2 seconds left. 5-point game now with the Idabel leading. 3 lead changes so far in this contest. Here comes Graydon Howell. Here comes Howell in the paint. Howell elevating, and Howell draws the foul. That's going to send Graydon Howell to the free throw line. I believe that's that's on Marquis Townsend. Townsend's first foul, 5th team foul for the Warriors. So Howell will shoot 2 from the free throw line. 36.3 seconds left. Man, that's again, I mentioned when we left the girls' game that Swish, Graydon Howe, now at 5 points. And yes, congratulations from his teammates, Axton. Warriors may play for the last shot, may just break it down. Oh, well, rear miss by Howe. No, Warriors going to go on the fast break. And the guy's reaching by Sky Baker as Baker knocks, or sorry, that was actually Williston. Mason Williston knocked the ball loose. It went off the knee of Threadgill. So quick hands by Williston gets the Savages the ball back with 30 seconds left. Here's Brokebo. Baker in the backcourt. Baker gets across, and then Baker gets fouled. That's going to be a foul against Idabel, and that's going to be, that is against, I believe, Lopez, I think. Could be against Threadgill.
Number 4, Latrell Lopez.
It is against Lopez. His first. That will send Brokebo to the free throw line.
Baker at the line.
As I was saying earlier, though, the pace of this game, again, expect to be much faster than that girls' game is Idabel in the press, and Baker's first free throw, no good. Off the rim, off the glass, and off the side. But both these teams, fast break potential. Graydon Howe sees an opportunity, will drive the lane, elevate, and go straight to the hoop as the second shot by Baker is good. And then Idabel again likes to get fast breaks off the rebound. If they get a defensive board, they will sprint to the bucket. Working for the last shot here, it's Lopez. Gets it to Threadgill. Threadgill's shot bounces off, no good. It's going to be a rebound and not an opportunity really to shoot the ball, but that's going to do things. After one, Warriors lead by 3, 21-18. We'll take a break, have some commercial, be right back with second period action. You're watching Brokebo Savage Basketball on the Brokebo Network.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Wow! Yeah, just missed a incredible acrobatic display by the Brokebo cheerleaders. This is a double backflip and nailed the landing. Savages trail by 3 after giving up an early lead and then leading throughout most of the first period. At the end of one, it was Graydon Howe with 5, Brandon with 4, McDaniel with 6, and Baker with 1 for Broken Bow. For the Idabel Warriors, it's mostly Shane Threadgill, as he has 14 points. Lewis 2, Hoskins 2, and Townsend 2 for Idabel. Here comes Hoskins. Oh, and Hoskins passes it out to the corner of the bench, or sorry, corner of the bleachers. And so that's going to be a turnover, and we'll give Broken Bow the basketball. Quickly inbound, Tenejero bringing it up to the half court. Mark gets across there, and now it's Tenejero working against Lopez. Quickly out, and then it's Sky Baker for 3. Baker's shot was partially, I believe it's partially blocked. Oh, Graydon Howe saves it, but it's pulled down by Idabel, and here comes oh, wow, that was a great defensive move by, I believe, Baker. Who was that? Was that, I think Sky Baker elevated to prevent.
That was on Broken Bow number 2, Sky.
Threadgill from coming back under the hoop, but drew the foul, and so quickly, 42 seconds into the first half, Sky Baker gets his first foul and Brokebo's first team foul of this period. Free throw is good. And so second free throw also good. One of the things the Warriors that was Cordavius Hankins that left the court going to the locker room or something. I'm not sure what the situation is, but he has not returned. Well, he has. He's on the bench, but I don't know if there's an injury or what. Warriors, though, have done well without him. 5-point lead. Savages with Graydon Howell handling the basketball. Fires it inside, fall away, and he's called for the foul. Brandon draws the foul. That's going to send A.J. Brandon to the free throw line. Nice sportsmanship shown by Idabel as Lewis helps Brandon up off the floor. That's going to be the second foul on Lopez.
A.J. Brandon at the line.
First team foul on the Warriors. And Brandon on the line. 5-point game. Make it 4. A.J. Brandon, his first point of the second period. He had 2 quick buckets in the first 2 minutes of the game, both strong, going up off of passes inside. Brandon is so quick and has such great acceleration leaping ability. He gets off the ground really fast and up to the glass. Second free throw also good. Brandon perfect from the line. Now with 6 points. Gets Brokenbow back within 4. Brokenbow now in the press. Idabel gets it to Townsend. Townsend with a long pass underneath, and there's a travel call. Pass by Townsend a little bit ahead of the intended recipient. So another turnover. Savages have an opportunity to cut it to 2 or 1 with a 3-point shot. Here's Howell. Howell looks like he's, man, when he starts moving that fast, the entire defense reacts, and you have to. Idabel now with a breakaway opportunity, and it's going to be easy lay-in. Threadgill leading scorer in this game by far, as I believe that's his 17th point. Here's Howell for 3. Howell with the roll off the rim, and now Howell doing defensive work on the other side. That was a travel before the foul, I believe. That's going to be a foul called on Brokenbow. I thought Hoskins took 2 steps before he made contact, but the official didn't think so, and his opinion is the one that matters. So that's going to be a foul called on Brokenbow. On Tinajero, that's his second. He may come out of the ball game momentarily, and he does. McDaniel in, Tinajero out for Brokenbow, as the free throw was good. Gives the Warriors the largest lead by either team this game, 6. And Hoskins makes both of them. Here's a slip. Yeah, that was Hall. 3-on-2 break, and it's going to be Townsend with his second free throw. Savage is in a little trouble now, down by 9, and here comes McDaniel. McDaniel, nice job threading through a couple of defenders. Getting the ball in the forecourt quickly to Hall. Hall going inside. Hall laying it off the glass. Does not fall for him, though. Going back the other way. It's going to be, wow, that's Hoskins stopped himself. And then managed to maintain control of the basketball and not travel. Warriors have the ball with a 9-point lead. Opportunity to go up by double digits. And the Savages into the court, and that's a pull-up three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Graydon Howell. And Howell gets fouled in the backcourt by Townsend. That's going to be the third one on Townsend.
Fouls on Idabel, number 42, Marquis Townsend.
I believe is third. Nope, just a second, according to the score clock anyway. Just the second on Townsend. Will be the second team foul on Idabel. Still a lot of time left in the first half. 5:29. As Townsend will come out. And Hankins will come in. Cordavius Hankins comes back into the basketball game. Inbound pass, Howell working against Hankins. Warriors have momentarily a man in the press. And now it's actually stolen from Graydon Howell by Hankins and then stolen back. Oh, and the crowd looked like it was stolen back by Wilson, but Wilson's called for the foul. Oh, man, I thought that was clean. I thought Wilson got his hand in there, knocked the ball loose, and made no contact, but he gets called for the foul. Savage is not going to get a break tonight over here. It's a three-pointer on the way. And on the way back in the hands of Graydon Howell. Howell on a oh, man, Howell just loses control. I think he was trying to, and there's travel, probably because Threadgill was so shocked at Graydon Howell losing a handle on the basketball. Either that or he was attempting to pass it, and The pass was a little off target. Anyway, it winds up back in Brokenbow's hands. And so it will be inbounded by Williston. Savage is looking to get somebody open from the three-point arc. As the Warriors send Lewis back in the game, and will pull Lopez out. Long inbound pass. And then it's handed off to Hal. Hal goes up and draws the foul. And that's going to happen almost every time. And that's going to be on Hoskins. I think that's the third, I believe, on Hoskins. Let's see. It's going to send him to the line. That's the scoreboard just says the second. So Graydon Howell able to elevate and stay in the air so long and move the ball around so well that it's almost impossible to block his shot unless you're 7 feet tall. Howell's first free throw is good. Gets the Savages back within 8. But that's the thing about Graydon Howell. If you get the ball in his hands and get him to elevate, he can get the other team in foul trouble in a hurry. Second free throw also goes through the bottom of the net. Graydon Howell now with 7 points. Savages trail by that many. And here's, McDaniel did some pretty good defensive work, quickly shifted sideways, and that was a foul. That was an elbow thrown, and he got called. And Ryan Woolsey was throwing his elbow at the official or demonstrating, like, look, he ran in there, and it was obvious to everybody in the gym. And so he got called for it that time. And that's the third foul on Hoskins. So in quick succession, Hoskins picks up his second and third fouls. And he will go take a seat on the bench for the Warriors. Quickly, Williston to inbound it. Inbounds it, and it's knocked out of bounds by Idabel. I believe Hankins got a hand on it. Hankins is quick. I don't know what the issue with Hankins was. He did leave the court and went in the locker room for a while, but he's back for Idabel. Quickly in to Hall. Hall weaves between defenders and then loses control of the basketball. And then it's stolen back, almost stolen back by Williston. Williston gets a hand on it. Yeah. That was just some sloppy play by Brokenbow, just losing control of the basketball. And so you're going to have to get that under control. There, I'll use the word control twice. Out to Hankins and in. Oh, bounce pass. Nice bounce pass inside, and that's going to be a travel call. Good defense by McDaniel and I believe Williston, as once the ball was fed inside, they both slid and maintained position to force that turnover. Here comes Howell working against Lewis. And now it's going to be Brandon with the screen for Howell. Howell goes back inside. Howell gets it. Wow! Graydon Howell penetrates, lays it in. 5-point basketball game. 4:07 left, first half. Howell now with 9 points. There's a three-point shot. Wow, there's a wide open look for Threadgill. Doesn't drop that one, though. A rebound and put back by Bledsoe. You know, that might have actually been Bledsoe that went in the locker room and not Hankins. I'm not sure. Again, I didn't see which one. There's a call, and
number 5, Jordan Lewis.
Lewis picks up a foul. That's going to be the 15th foul on Idabel. And so for the next 3:50, a lot of time left the first half, Brokenbow will go to the free throw on any foul by the Warriors. So Graydon Howell going to get, and again, it is very difficult to cover Graydon Howell. And so you have to make the Graydon Howell again. A second miss from the free throw line. Very uncharacteristic for Graydon Howell. But you have to make the uninterviewable choice of allowing Graydon Howell to elevate and have a look at the basket or fouling him and sending him to the line. Well, missed both. I don't know if Savage is not shooting well from the line tonight. And here comes Threadgill with a leaner. Now the back into the press, and here comes Howell. Howell across to Howell, and Howell lays it off the glass. Graydon Howell coast to coast now in double figures, 11 points. That is Graydon Howell's point. Well, everything's his game, but I think he was maybe frustrated at his inaccuracy from the free throw line, made up for it right there by going coast to coast in about 2 seconds, laying it off the rim, off the glass and in. Three-pointer on the way, high rebound, brought down by Howell. He may push it up the court again. Seems to be a little bit in the zone. No, he's got to kick it back out to Hall. Hall will get it out to Williston. Williston will shoot it from three, and Williston hits it off the front of the rim. No good. Here comes, a steal by Howell. He just picked the pocket. And there's Howell. Draws the foul and the bucket. Howell drew the foul. And we'll take a trip to the line. Howell literally just picked Threadgill's pocket as he was coming across the half-court line. Reached on one side, knocked it loose, and took it out on the other side. Now with an opportunity for the traditional three-point play. 5-point game, he can cut it to 4, 2:54 left, first half. Howell with 13 points, make it 14. Savage is in the press. Hall and McDaniel putting pressure on. Now it's to Hankins in the forecourt. Hankins, quick pass, and now Warriors well executed as Townsend gets his third bucket of the basketball game, all for 2 points. Here comes Williston with a turn spin move. Mason Williston working against Threadgill. Williston loses the ball on the ground, and now there's a travel called as Idabel grabs the ball, and being on your back, if you move in any direction and any other point of your body hits the ground, it's a travel, or he was out of bounds, one or the other. Either way, it's Broken Bow basketball. Long inbound pass and almost a backcourt violation as Hall was very close to the midcourt line when he got the basketball. Quickly gets it to Williston, and they get it out to Howell on the way. Oh, nice pass from Howell to Williston inside. Williston not able to elevate, and there's a foul, or a travel one. That's going to be a travel called, and so that's going to be a turnover by Brennan. Well, Savages, after creating a turnover, give up one of their own. Warrior basketball, 2:11 and ticking left. 6-point game. As Warriors get it out, feed it in again. Oh, a block. Oh. And you see Jackson McDaniel pleading with the ref like I had my hand on the basketball.
Number 10, Jackson McDaniel.
And McDaniel, again, not getting a break here tonight, but he's going to pick up his second foul. Oh, sorry, his third, according to the scoreboard anyway. And that will send Idabel to the free throw line. Just the second team foul against Broken Bow. The Warriors already have 5. Maybe a little karma as the ball rose off the front of the rim, no good. McDaniel comes out. Baker goes in for Broken Bow. Second shot up, and that one does find purchase. Largest lead of the game for Idabel as Sky Baker brings it across into the forecourt. Now he's double teamed. Oh, nice pass, one-touch pass, and now it's Brandon. Brandon tried to reverse it, and that might have been a bad idea as he went under the basket, tried to lay a reverse lay-in from the other side, but had it blocked out of bounds. It'll be Broken Bow's basketball, and Savage is looking for a long inbound to Howell. Howell guarded by Hankins to Hall. Hall. Fall-away jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. Won by Idabel. Here comes Threadgill in traffic. Threadgill leans and gets the ball to fall. So Threadgill gets the bucket in the foul. 1:32 left.
Number 2, Sky Baker.
That's going to be on Baker, his second. Third team foul on the Savages. And no good. Rebound. Broken Bow. Here comes Howell into the double team, and there's a foul called as Hankins got a hold of Hankins arguing with the ref, but the body ran into Howell, and so again, that's going to send Graydon Howell to the free throw line. The Savage has been in the bonus for some time, and so Howell, I think that's going to be the third one against Hankins. Hal's first shot, swish.
Green and that coach is going back and forth.
So the Idabel coach is on the floor, and he's saying something to Graydon Hal, which you're not supposed to do. Hal's second free throw is good. 7-point game, 30-31 Warriors, 120 left and ticking. Lopez with the basketball, working it outside. Rotate Townsend in, then get it out to Threadgill. Screen off Hal. Now it's going to be Threadgill. Oh, and he works against Brannon. Brannon called for the body foul. I don't think Brannon sent him flying to the ground. I think he slipped, but Brannon did make contact. I think that's just the second one against Brannon. So it is the fourth team foul against Broken Bow, though. For the next minute 6, any foul will send the other team to the free throw line. As Warriors going to try to get something off this inbound. Probably get it out to Threadgill. Nope, inbound Townsend, and Townsend looking to move inside. Oh, a block! That was Williston, 2 blocks in a row! Wow! Mason Williston with a double block. Now it's Hal driving down, behind the back dribble. Hal lays it in! Mason Williston with 2 blocks in a row on Townsend. And then Graydon Hal, he is so fast down the court. Now we're back to a 5-point ball game. Great defensive play turned into a great offensive play by Broken Bow. Now it's to Townsend. To Lopez. Lopez, top of the key. Back to Bledsoe. Now it's back to Threadgill. Threadgill driving in. There's a no call. Contact. Hal went flying to the floor. Threadgill went flying toward the rim. No call. Hal across. Hal spin move. Graydon Hal driving. Hey, Hal gets mugged on the other end and somehow gets called for a charge. You can hear the boo. Graydon Hal got called for a charge. I invite you to rewind, skim back on that, and make your own decision. I'm gonna reserve my opinion for review, but on first glance, no way was that a charge. He had 2 guys mugging him. Well, that's going to be the first foul against Graydon Hal. This is going to be a 3-point shot. It probably will go in. Nope, high bounce. And the Savages trail by 7 after 1 half. We'll have some words from our sponsors and be back with second half action watching Broken Bow basketball on the Broken Bow Network.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Oh no, are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, got a pretty big fender bender here.
Don't worry, State Farm's got you covered.
That's great to hear. Robin, what's going on?
We're gonna get you a tow truck, Mike.
Thank you. Real fender bender going on. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Everybody remain calm. No reason to panic.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
Check out the new location at 1605 South Park Drive for Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance.
It always helps to look back at things and have some sort of way of processing it. Music happens to be a way that I process a lot of things that have happened in my past. Once you've experienced something years later, you'll go to write about it. You can understand things that have happened through the writing of the song and gain some clarity or some sense of closure or understanding that you didn't have.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away.
Welcome back. Yeah, certainly exciting first half. Warriors up by 7 as they lead 40-33. And yeah, an expected exciting game, and we've got one, and what it promises to be an explosive second half. Being back at first half, scored Graydon Howell with 18 points for the Savages. Jackson McDaniel really had a fantastic first period. He has 2 threes and 2 free throws. So actually one of those was in the second half, but McDaniel with 8 points. Brandon with 6, Baker with 1. And then Threadgill for Idabel leads all scorers with 22 points. Tremendous first half for him as well. Teneharo looking to feed it inside. Teneharo just pulls up and shoots it. Fight for the rebound as Howell goes flying into the baseline. And there's a miss and a nice tip as Teneharo tipped it to McDaniel. McDaniel quickly gets it to Brandon and then back to McDaniel. See if the Savages may have changed their game plan a little as they have McDaniel bring up the ball and they have Graydon Howell actually in the forecourt waiting for it. Get it to Teneharo. Teneharo drives inside and wisely does not try to pick the ball back up and risk getting a travel call, and allows Hall to pick it up and then get it to Howell. Howell working the ball around the perimeter. Howell looked like he might take a shot at the top of the key and then show a nice leaner, and Graydon Howell now at 20 points. And the Savages, more importantly, 5.
Warriors. This will be a 30-second
timeout on the floor. We're going to stay here. Talk about that first half. Again, expected, well, the kind of basketball game we saw. And I will mention one thing, that the officials are letting them play. That's one way to put it. But some fouls that, I perceive this one might have been a foul or two that you call. I always say if you're going to err, you should err on the side of safety for student athletes. And so you got, somebody flying in over somebody and knocking them down. Then if you think it's halfway, if you think it's 50-50, you might call that kind of. Whereas if it's something like it might have been a travel, or he might have flicked a finger on the shot, I wouldn't call those. That's not really that doesn't put an athlete at risk. And so, just a personal opinion, but I think that's one of the things. Safety first in student athletics, and that's one of the things you need to consider. Anyway, 40-35 is your score. Warriors leading as Dropez brings up the basketball. Quickly gets it to Hoskins. Hoskins got in foul trouble first half for the Warriors. Hoskins trying to drive the baseline. Throws out he got called for that elbow, and he threw it out again at Hall. Now, I guess you might call it's an arm bar. It's an arm bar if it's just your arm, but if you point the elbow at him, you can't push it into another athlete. But good job cutting off that baseline by by Hall. Now it's handed to Hoskins, and he gets it back to Lewis, and Lewis passes down the corner. 3-point shot on the way, and rebound. Good job of McDaniel to not go up for it, to wait. He saw the angle, and there's a foul as Threadgill gets called for the reach-in.
Fouls on Idabel, number 22.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's on Hoskins. That's his 4th. That's going to be the 4th one on Basker Hoskins, and so he is definitely in foul trouble. And he's going to come out. And Marquis Townsend is going to come in for Idabel. Hall will inbound to Howell. Savage had an opportunity to cut it to 2 with the 3-point shot on this possession. Here's, nice feed inside Bay. And Savages start the second half the way they started the first, with a feed to A.J. Brennan and a quick 2 points. That's a beautiful assist by Tenejero as he elevated in the lane and then quickly dished it. And there's a call. Savage is called for a foul on the drive. It's before the shot. Should not be a shooting foul, so it'd be inbounded by Idabel. See who the call's on. I believe it's going to be on Brannon.
Fouls on broken bow number 3, Dejon Hall.
Oh, it's on Hall. I guess he was in the act of shooting. Well, it's called on Hall, and so he's going to put the Warriors at the free throw line. Threadgill makes his first shot. He's now at 23. And make it a double dozen. 24 points for Shane Threadgill. Warriors back in the press. As, wow, nice job McDaniel getting it across and then picking up his dribble, dishes it to Hal. And man, that was a smart move. Hal was slipping his shoes across the floor, and it wasn't to slow down. He can do that on a dime. I think it was to allow McDaniel to know, to hear those squeaks and know he was coming up behind him and to dish the basketball to him. That's anyway, just an observation. Savage is passing around. It's going to be Hal from the top of the key and high rebound. Oh, great rebound inside as that was Hall, and he got called for a foul. Oh, okay, tie ball. All right, that's good. That was a great effort as he elevated and right at the apex of his leap grabbed the basketball and had to possession arrow in favor of Idabel, so at least that will switch it. Warriors up still by 5, 42-37, and now they have the basketball. Lewis working outside. Kicks it back to Townsend, who throws it back to Lewis. Now it's going to be Townsend. Decided he was facing Graydon Howe, decided not to drive. And now it's the great three-point shooter, Threadgill. Threadgill working against Hall. Threadgill working inside. Threadgill to the basket. Threadgill now at 26 points. Quickly, Savages get it out to Tenejero. They trail by 7. And here comes there's collision there, and that should be a foul on Idabel. Yeah, and it is. I was going to say Hall stopped his dribble, and then that's going to be Hoskins. Oh, Bledsoe. Oh, that's Bledsoe. Bledsoe with his second foul, second team foul on the Warriors. And here comes Tenejero with the one-handed dish, and it doesn't make it. Maybe ill-advised as a drive. And Townsend moves so well for a big man. Going back the other way, it's Graydon Howe behind the back dribble in traffic. Graydon Howe manages to keep a basketball just comes to him like it's trained or something. Almost like it's and here's McDaniel with a good look from 3 off to the side and mistimed on the jump for the rebound by Tenejero. Warriors coming back. Lewis outside. Going to be a three-pointer from Threadgill. Bounces into the hands of McDaniel and back to Hal. Hal behind the back. Hal stops in, leans it in, doesn't fall. Nice tip out by Hal to McDaniel. Oh, McDaniel tiptoed on the sideline and now threw it away to Lopez. Lopez behind the back pass, and there's a foul. So Dejon Hall picks up the foul and gives the Warriors opportunity to go up by 10. And I'm not sure how you coach it. It was a 2-on-1 break, and Hall was the one. So that puts you in a tough decision. But also, the Warriors are already up by double figures. That was for the set switch score, 48-37. But yeah, that was third foul on Hall. Free throw doesn't fall, though, and so still 11-point game. Here comes Howe, working inside, gets the ball stripped. And now here comes Lopez. Lopez goes in, lays the easy lay-in. Lopez with his first points of the basketball game. Oklahoma State football recruit lays it in. Warriors at the half century. And here's Hall trying to draw the foul inside, and that's, again, Hall rolls on the ground. And Hal reaches in but does get the foul call. That's just going to be the second foul. Actually, the first foul on Graydon Howe. That's going to be Graydon Howe's first foul, I believe. Nope, second. Sorry. Second foul. Third team foul. Warriors and Savages at 3 apiece. 3:07 still to go in this third period. Savages trailed by 7. stay right here in this timeout. Savages trail by 7 at half, but have given a run and have turned the ball over several times in the last minute. And again, Graydon Howell penetrates the lane. You've seen him do it 100. If you've been watching these broadcasts, at least 100 times, where he spin moves in, keeps the ball with him, and elevates to get points. But somebody, either a Warrior got a hand on it or lost the handle on it, and then DeJohn Hall tried the same thing, lost the handle on the ball. Savage is just sloppy with their possessions. And the Warriors opportunistic, taking advantage of those turnovers to put points on the board. So Savages, a wise move. Ryan Woolsey calling timeout to get his players under control. And maybe concentrate going up and down the floor. And I get it. I mean, I can see that. I can feel the players' frustration maybe with some of the calls in this game. But that's going to happen to you in athletics. Can't let it get in your head. You have to react appropriately. 3 minutes left, third period. Warriors up by 13. There's a drive, behind the back dribble, kick out, and there's going to be a travel, I believe. That was maybe one too many steps by Marquis Townsend, arguing and demonstrating what he did to the official, and the recreation, if you will, did not work. No reversal of the call. I don't know if I've ever in a basketball scene seen a call reversed. And House kind of picks up his dribble, gets it out to McDaniel. McDaniel, kicks it out to Tenejero. Tenejero, baseline move. Tenejero quickly, and there is going to be Brandon. Tie off the rim. Brandon with his own rebound. Strong back to the hoop. Man, that is Brandon. I've seen Brandon do that 4 times, and all 4 times it's resulted in points. He has got his own rebound or had a feed off an assist, and immediately goes back to the hoop right next to the board. Lays it off the glass right by it. So it's really a tight shot. Lays it right off the glass into the cylinder. That hits the following free throw. Falls short, though, as it hits the front. Brennan now in double figures with 10 points. And that's going to be a travel call. Good defense by Williston and McDaniel as they sandwiched. Is that Bledsoe? Anyway, sandwiched the Idabel player. It is indeed. And so sandwiched Bledsoe in between them and created that turnover. Here's Howell to McDaniel. McDaniel to Tenejero, a little high. Tenejero, receiver on the football team, went up and caught that one. Bounce pass, Tenejero, accident, and a ball gets bounced off of a Warrior. Long pass, a little too long. That's going to go into the cheerleaders. And this is how fast Graydon Howell is. When that pass, I think when it was thrown, he was at half court. And when it took one bounce at the other end, and he was behind the baseline. Man. Anyway, Savages trail by 11. Looking to get it back into single digits and then make a run to retake the lead. Here's stalking as Hankins comes up behind and steals the ball. And here comes 2-on-1, and Wisely. There's a maturity. Graydon Howell slipped as he passed the ball. Got it into the forecourt, though. He gets up fine. Here's Tenejero. I was going to say, Graydon Howell wisely elected not to go up and foul or anything. Just got to said, I've lost position on this, and stayed on the ground during that 2-point bucket. Here's a pass out, 3-pointer on the way for McDaniel, way short, and it comes down the hands. Almost got the steal as cross-court pass by Idabel. This fast pace, though, back and forth seems to be benefiting the Warriors as that is Threadgill approaching 30 now, and there's Graydon Howell the other end. Howell goes down, and Howell stays in the air and gets an answer. Howell now with 22 points of his own. But as I would say, that fast pace seems to be benefiting the Warriors with the Savages turning over the basketball as they did. Here's Hoskins making a move and lays it off down the baseline. Hoskins that's his first field goal, playing with 4 fouls. He also has 4 free throws. Here's Howell turning around inside. Warriors are up by 15. Here's a good look. 3-pointer on the way. McDaniel buries it. They left him alone at the 3-point line. Maybe not a wise thing to do as McDaniel is dead-eye. Back to a 12-point basketball game. And again, we're going to stay right here during this break. Savages, and you see Ryan Woolsey. I mean, he is intensely coaching his players about what they need to do. And I have a feeling it's about, and he red in the face, I think it may be a little bit about the sloppiness of the transition play for the last 4 or 5 minutes of that third period. I tell you, he is a motivator, and players have tended to respond well to his coaching. Savages, again, 12-point deficit, but a run by Broken Bow could eat into that. And it has not been not at all a dominant performance by the Idabel Warriors. Savages have at times led, have had opportunities to score, missed some free throws, not shooting really well from the line tonight, and had some turnovers, and not turnovers where Idabel cut on a pass or made some great plays, just some sloppy play by Broken Bow turned the ball over. So those are things you can correct, and I think that might have been what Woolsey's talking about. You correct those and get some opportunities, and you're back tied or ahead in this ball game. So see how the Savages react here as we are in the final minute of this third period. Idabel in no hurry. With a 12-point lead, they'll be happy to drain all the time off the clock that they can. Probably wait for the last shot of this period. Wait till there's about 12 seconds left and then start moving, looking to get somebody open. I do notice it's Lopez with the basketball. I do not see Threadgill on the floor. Is that the guy? Yeah, he is. He's got the basketball. I was going to say, that's the guy you probably want to take the three-point shot if you're shooting from outside perimeter. 12 seconds. Hoskins inside. And did Brandon get called for a foul on that? That was not a hard foul at all, I believe. It is on Brandon. It's just Brandon's third foul. And again, Idabel with the height of A.J. Brandon has played an excellent game. And Hoskins an excellent free throw. That's his fifth good free throw of this basketball game. Hoskins 6'5". And again, I talk about Brandon, what an excellent job he's done inside offensively, as really the Warriors game has not been any set shots in the paint, no post shots for sure. And here's a shot at the buzzer. In and out. Almost at the buzzer. Anyway, falls no good, but again, Savages trail by 14. They got the work cut out for them going into this final period. I'll hold that thought and save it for when we come back. We'll take a quick break, have a word from one of our sponsors, and then be right back. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Network. See you in 30.
Oh no, are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, got a pretty big fender bender here.
Don't worry, State Farm's got you covered.
That's great to hear. Robin, what's going on?
We're gonna get you a tow truck, Mike.
Thank you. Real fender bender going on. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Fender bender. Everybody remain calm. No reason to panic.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
Check out the new location at 1605 South Park Drive for Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance.
Welcome back. To complete that thought, or attempt to anyway. A.J. Brandon's done a tremendous job inside. He has really kind of dominated as far as post play. Warriors have not had, again, it's not really their game, but they have a definite height advantage over Broken Bow. And yet A.J. Brandon has been the post player that scores from the post. Already has 4 field goals, all from that low post and all in the same manner going up. And it's just it's his explosiveness, his leaping ability, and his intelligence in positioning himself that has led to that. Savages are probably, they're going to have to shoot from outside the perimeter likely or create some turnovers. And here comes Graydon Howell trying to start it off. Another rebound, fight for it, and a couple of jumps from Brandon. Had it tipped out of his hands at the end, and here's a off-balance shot for Idabel that goes in. That's kind of the story of the night. Threadgill's got 30 points now. And here's Tinajero with a floater, and it doesn't fall. And here's going to be an easy lay-in again. And that is Cordavius Hankins' first field goal of this basketball game, but it does get his team up. And there's a foul. That's going to be on Hankins, as that's going to be his 4th. He's called from the reach from behind as he actually made audible contact on the body of the triple. You can hear it throughout the gym, so not much you can argue about that one. That is going to be the first team foul against Idabel. We just restarted the team fouls 45 seconds ago. Here's interior. Here's Brandon gets the ball stripped, and here's a long, maybe too long pass. I don't know if he can get it under control, and he can't. It was a good hustle by Hal to get down there, and Threadgill tried to, that was, who was that tried to save it? I can't get the number. I think it was Lewis that tried to save it but couldn't get to it in time. It's going to be inbounded by Broken Bow. Savage is going to, but anyway, they're going to have to put a lot of points on the board quickly. And so here's Hal trying to do that, and he gets the ball knocked out from behind, and so it's going to go off. An Idabel player out of bounds will be inbounded by Broken Bow. Looks like Axton's going to be coming in for Broken Bow, and Brandon's going to be coming out. Savage is going to inbound. I'd like to get a nice look at the bucket from the three-point line on the inbound, possibly. Let's see what they do. Oh, now they get it inside to Wilson. Wilson gets it hacked, and that's going to be a foul on, I believe, Townsend. That's going to be his third.
42, Marquis Townsend.
Fourth. That's the fourth foul on Marquis. May see Marquis Townsend come out of the ballgame. That's his fourth foul. Only the second team foul of this period, though, so Savages will inbound the basketball. And you will see Townsend come out and Bledsoe come in. 6:50 left. Savages down by 18. Inbound. Axton working in the corner. Axton down the baseline. Tries the reverse lay-in. Does not work, though. Hoskins defensively for the Warriors. Now it's going to be Threadgill working against Williston. Kicks it back out. Fire inside and wide open. Bledsoe wide open for the feed, and that a mistake by Brookbo defensively, and that's with A.J. Brandon out of the ball game. That's somehow, I don't know how Graydon Howell even kept aloft, but Warriors getting opportunity here as they have a 4-on-2 break, and there's that's a good foul to give. As I think Willis has tried to argue it, but it's a good foul to give because that would have been an easy 2-point lay-in. That would have put the Warriors up, and Williston has no fouls on him. So that'll be his first and the first team foul. I'm mistaken, he has one. So that would be his second, but the first team foul on Broken Bow. So probably a good foul to give and not give up the easy 2 points, make him earn it from the free throw line. Unfortunately for the Savages, Hoskins has already hit 5, make that 6 free throws. And so Hoskins with 8 points, 6 of them coming from the charity stripe. And does not, there's a lane violation called, or an elbow called against Broken Bow on the rebound. So that's going to let the Warriors inbound it. So Williston now picks up his third foul in quick succession. And the Warriors will inbound after the free throw. Here's Threadgill with an open look from three-point line, and that is usually a three-point. That's his first three-pointer of this second half. He had 3 in the first half as well. Here comes Graydon Howell, and he gets a Warrior on the floor. Graydon Howell answers with a tray of his own. Howell now 25 points. The Warriors, there's a Savage down on the floor. That's Williston, and he's slow getting up. Warriors now at 70. Here's Howell, and Howell took a shot in the face. Howell took a shot in the face, and I guess you got to call that one.
Fouls on Idabel, number 5, Jordan Lewis.
As pushing him, a hard push right on the sideline, right in the front of the bench. So that's going to be on Lewis. That's his second. That is going to also be the third team foul on the Warriors. Here's Howell working against Lewis. Howell double dribble, not double dribbles, a double, and then Howell gets caught up inside and travels.
It's a hero ball, man.
Yeah. Well, here come the Warriors, and they now lead by 23. The Savages, they do something quick out of this one. And Warriors probably, I say they said that with the girls team, happy to drain time of the clock, but now Threadgill's just going to keep shooting, and he has another 3. Threadgill, tremendous game tonight. He has 36 points by my count, at least 34. Here's Jackson, or sorry, that's Axton with a three.
Colin Axton.
Nice answer. Gets the Savages to 50 at the half-century mark. So still almost 5 minutes left in the ball game. I mean, you have a 10, 12-point run, and there's Tenajero for three, and that sticks inside. Or fight for the rebound, winds up in the hands of Bledsoe. Savages a little tired as Matrell Lopez takes it coast to coast and draws the foul, and I believe that's McDaniel. That's going to be his fourth, if so. So McDaniel with 4 fouls. It's a 50-50. You might leave him in the ball game. He's one of the best three-point, if not the best three-point shooter on the team. But it looks like the Savages actually are going to have a substitution, as Lopez's free throw is good. And so, little frustration shown there by Jackson McDaniel, but he needs to watch that. Does he hit the seat before he sit on it? But it was audible, and had the official been looking at it, it might have been called a technical foul. Lopez's second free throw also good. Savages, and that's going to be Pratt drawing the foul. And
fouls on Idabel, number 5, Jordan Lewis.
Lewis picks up his third foul. Fourth team foul for the Warriors. And inbound. It's going to be Axton. Axton works inside. Axton kicks it out. Miscommunication or not looking by Baker. Axton drove the lane, pulled off a defender, and then kicked it out to Baker. Baker open on the perimeter. Now, the pass was not to Baker. It was about 5 feet away, but been nice to get the hands. Sky Baker, a good three-point shooter in his own right. And this one, Savages are crowd lead. They're kind of conceding as 25-point lead for the Warriors, 75-50, with a little under 4.5 minutes left. Here's another three-pointer, and that one does not fall. Nice fight for the rebound. Somehow wounds up in Hoskins, and then Hoskins either stepped across the line or drew the foul. Let's see which happened first, or actually committed the foul. That's going to be the fifth one if that's Hoskins. Actually, I'm sorry. It wasn't a foul. It was just a out of bounds. Here comes Axton. Axton with a nice dribble, a leaner, and that's going to be a charge called on Axton. So Axton picks up his first foul. The Savage pick up their 14th foul, and now this is going to take a while because both teams are at 4 fouls. Any foul sends the other team to the free throw line, and based on the play so far and the complete wipeout. I think we're going to be here a while. Just put it that way. So Threadgill. Back to Threadgill. Turnaround, jumper Threadgill, lays it in. Here's Axton back in the backcourt, gets it to Hall in the forecourt. Hall to Axton. Axton cross to Baker. Baker drives the lane, kicks it out. Three-point shot on the way. Long fight for the rebound and goes off an Idabel player, I believe, and out of bounds. That's going to be Brogbo's basketball. Will be inbounded. Long inbound to Hall. Hall pulls up at the free throw line, shoots it off way high off the glass, and it does not fall. Rebound Idabel. Here's Threadgill guarded by Hall. Back to Lopez. Lopez looking to work against Tomlinson. And Threadgill shoot way behind. Threadgill has it. Sometimes you just, Threadgill has a lot of those nights, but sometimes it's just your night. Nice spin move by Hall in traffic, and now he gets grabbed on the face. And that's going to be the fifth one on Hoskins, and he'll come out. He'll foul out of the game. And so That's also the 5th team foul on the Warriors, and that will send DeJon Hall to the free throw line. So Zane Clampett will come in. If you recognize that name, Zane Clampett, I believe he played at Hayworth last year. Saw him in the MC6 tournament, which is coming up in 3 weeks here on the channel. Bring you all 22 games of the 2025 McCurtain County MC6 tournament and live from Broken Bow. So Clampett does come in the ball game. Here's Hall's free throw. No good. Fight for the rebound. Oh, great rebound. That's a great effort by Axton. To Tomlinson, to Hall. Hall driving the lane. Hall goes in and tries to draw a foul. Doesn't get called. Oh, nice dish. And then a lay-in by Baker. Baker gets Broken Bow to 60 or to 52. Lopez slowly bringing up the basketball. Lopez with the spin move. May have pushed off a little. Lopez. Latrell Lopez. Gets the Warriors back to a 30-point lead. Here comes Hall. Out to Baker. Gets it to Tomlinson. Back to Hall. It's going to be Pratt. Kicks it out to Tomlinson. Oh, nice drive with the baseline. Tomlinson lays it off the glass and in. Nice move by Tomlinson to the pump fake and then lays it off the glass. Tomlinson becomes the 6th Savage player to score in this basketball game. There's a long three-pointer, not long enough. Rebound inside. There's a Clampett. Clampett's a great three-point shooter. I remember Clampett had a really good career at Hayworth as a three-point specialist. 85-54 current score, and Warriors had 6 people on the floor. I think that's one too many. Oh, nice pass cross court. Hall driving in, and Hall's trying to draw the foul, and he just got it blocked that time. They know. Here comes Clampett. Oh, a block by Axton at the other end. That was great elevation. Axton showing his leaping skill and timing ability. Here's a move inside. That's going to be a nice move by Pratt, but does not fall. Rebound by Idabel. Yeah, nice block by Axton, a promising young player. Keep in mind, Colin Axton is a freshman. There's a three-point shot, and that does not fall. 15 seconds still left. And that should be, a good time to get one more shot off, and Sky Baker will probably take it. Last shot. Oh, drilled at the buzzer. You got to count it. Come on, man. That was a great shot. And it counts. Makes it 87-57 your official final score. Colin Axton. Savage has played well in the first half and got in some little foul trouble. See the players congratulating each other. And again, number 4, I'll have to check on the status of Latrell Lopez because I think he actually is. I think he is going to Oklahoma State here as soon as they start class. I don't know. If not, we'll see him when they play Broken Bow at Broken Bow in about 6 weeks. That's going to do it for tonight. Savages drop 2 here at Idabel, both hotly contested, and as they always are. We'll be back on the air next week. Not sure, check the Broken Bow Public Schools Facebook page for scheduling or this Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. And that's it tonight. Warriors win both of them at their home gym. Savages going to look for revenge when they travel to Broken Bow here in about 6 weeks. In the meantime, we'll bring you some other exciting Broken Bow basketball games. Final score 87-27 of this boys game. Warriors win it. On behalf of Jonathan Callaway, I'm Chris Chandler. And we'll See you later. And again, what's a savage? Always a savage.